Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You might be wondering, where is that Rami guy? We don't know. It's 7 p.m. in Amsterdam. He knows the time. We didn't get it messed up this time.
He even confirmed this time.
Yeah, it was a confirmation. Anyways, it's Sports Ball Sunday, so we'll do our Sports Ball.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of sports going. The Olympics have started as well.
Oh, good.
For those that I hate the Olympics because I don't know how the fuck to watch it. I don't know how the fuck to watch it. I've gotten to that age now where it's like, how the fuck do you watch the Olympics? What do you do? How do you do it, Zeke? Where do I go? What service do I sign up for?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I remember back in the day it was like on like 2 different like network channels and you could switch between them if you wanted. It was a bigger deal. And now it's just like it's all streaming services. So I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
People are saying Peacock, NBC.
I got to talk to a bird.
I hate the fact that the switch has been flipped in my head where anytime somebody says something like what you just did, I immediately just go, just take out your phone and ask your thing there. It'll tell you. Like I don't, and that's such like a dead response, you know, like it's just Google it. But it's like, that's what I do every time now. Anytime I'm wondering something, just blah, blah, Google. What is it? How do I do this? What's the temp of this? How do I cook? Like,
I haven't gotten to that. Siri doesn't know my voice. I haven't met Siri yet. So I'm not there. I'm a little bit afraid to be there, you know? Like, what if she doesn't like me? What if I like her too much?
That's true. Yeah. You have the weeb streak could have a problem. Here.
No, we addressed that last week.
There.
What happens? How's that work? I don't know. I start binging her or something like that. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Siri is only Apple, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. What is it? What is the Android version of Siri? Is there one?
Hey Google.
Or is it just Hey Google?
Not yet. Yeah.
Hey Google Autumn.
Oh,
she's
okay.
Italian.
Then yeah.
Yeah. That works. It checks out. I can make those jokes. I've got the pass from.
Gemini. That's right. Okay, Gemini is the Android version of Siri, I guess.
Gemini.
Gemini is Google.
That's the name of it. Yeah, that's Google.
Oh,
that's the name of their AI project. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. Hold on. Rami says, "I'm here," so he's logging in.
Oh, good.
And we're gonna get it
all
good. Sussed out.
Good. Well, we better get our sports ball talk out of the way because
oh my God, the sports ball talk. That's right. Quick.
Rami doesn't know anything about American sports ball.
Quick. Sports are happening today. Who the fuck's in the Super Bowl? I don't know.
It's the Sea Lions and Pat.
Oh, really?
I watched DUKE play Unk last night. That was pretty exciting.
What?
That was the hockey game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
Okay. So we have
the Duke UNC game. It was huge in my area. That's like a local rivalry game, and that was last night. This is like, wow, JP's that out of touch? I don't know if it's that out of touch. I think I'm just permanently online. Also,
it was a hockey game?
Yeah. It's a basketball game.
Oh.
Duke and UNC. Yeah. Okay. Duke and UNC.
Got it. I also have deleted social media from my phone. So I don't know what's happening in the world in any given time. Nice. Yeah. And the reason why is because I stopped watching movies and TV because I was just on my phone nonstop. So now I'm watching TV and it's funny because it's that old, when you were a kid, you're like, oh, the TV's going to rot your brain, go outside. And now it's like the phone's going to rot your brain, watch TV.
Yeah.
It's a slightly lower tier of rot. And a larger screen, which is very important.
Yeah, it's really silly. All right, let's see what happens here when I do this. I'll have to key Rami out, and Rami can talk now. Rami, you have a voice.
I have a voice?
You have a voice. Hello.
Oh, that's terrifying. You know all the things I can do with that?
Uh-oh.
Hey, friend.
Hello.
That's all canceled.
Let's do
see it, buddy.
The first 20 seconds of the episode, just like right out of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Boom. Keyed.
Boom.
Fantastic.
Sorry for being a little late.
Produced. It's no problem. I know it's 7 p.m. over there for you.
I want to be very clear that JP has, over the past few days, repeatedly told me exactly the time. He's given me like timers every night. Like, hey, tomorrow, 2 hours and 22 minutes from the moment of this message, tomorrow you're going to be there. Yep. I'm downstairs on my phone. I look at my phone and I have a message that says, let me see. We're going to start. You could join whenever, you slacking son of a bitch. So,
yep.
I want to be very clear. I'll meet this one. My apology.
It's all right. It's all right. You made it to the show. You made it to the show. We were just discussing your favorite thing, American sports. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
Bad Bunny.
That's the correct answer. Correct answer. Yeah.
Answer.
Woo!
Show me Bad Bunny.
Woo!
Number one answer.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Good job. You've done it. What were we gonna say?
Am I allowed to travel to the US now? Is that a thing?
No,
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Can you guys still hear me?
Nope. You're just you've got a like smug frozen face look, and I kind of like it.
I leaned back and it just stopped working.
I kind of like it because now people won't be like, "Is Cole playing games?" Well, no, because his hands are not on his keyboard or mouse, clearly.
And it looks like he might be asleep.
Yeah, maybe he's just happy. He's just happy about something.
I'm going to see what happens when I do this. I don't know if it's going to do anything.
Can he play with his feet?
Oh, dude. It's like completely I can't even deactivate it in OBS. It's just gone.
You and your computer problems.
I know, dude. Oh, my Lord.
Unbelievable. Oh, my God. Now we're just... Shout out to our sponsor, OBS. Giving it away for free. What a shit show.
Okay, real quick though, since we're looking at this, what is that logo? Is that like I've always looked at it like a ninja star or like
it's the thing from Krull. Yes, that's exactly.
I think it's a camera aperture opening and closing, isn't it?
Oh.
I mean, it's sort of, but it's like it doesn't fit right.
You'd get really cool bokeh with that if that was your lens. Like that would look really good.
Yeah. Help Rami look more saturated, dude. People are so. There we go.
I'm just not brown. I'm not brown enough for the show right now.
There you go, Rami.
This is brown. Can we up the brown a bit?
I've turned on real Rami. No, it's like his green screen chat. Let's do that. Yeah, it looks all right. Yeah. It's fine.
No, the funny thing is none of us are actually how we look on the screen in real life. Like, you want to see how I really look? There I am. That's how I really look.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Take off all those Snapchat filters.
Yeah.
It's almost see-through. It's
all of our Snapchat filters. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Also, the Olympics are happening. Rami, do you follow the Olympics? Do you watch?
Yeah. The Netherlands was very excited about the Olympics because we always do great in ice, and then we just fucked it on everything. So now we're all done.
Hold on, wait. What about the? You guys have a speed skater, I think. Hold on. What does she do? You have
a lot of them.
You have someone that is very good at what they do, and also very attractive. That's
okay.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. It's a speed skater. I'm pretty sure it's a speed skater.
Is that a speed skater? I've seen that all over on social media. I think she's a speed skater.
How do you say her name? Yuta?
I don't know. Is that it?
Okay.
I guess that's who we're talking about. Yeah, Yuta.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, she's great. We'll cheer her on. Also, welcome back.
Right.
Glad to have you.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, hold on, Rami. You said like the Netherlands is out. Like they're all
Well, we had a few disappointing starts. Like this is a weird thing about the Netherlands is we're fairly good at a few sports, but also we're very good at not winning things. So we have people who like set world records and stuff like that, and then whenever it really needs to happen, they kind of like choke and just don't do it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I think we currently.
Hold on. I got to pay him. Apparently she's dating Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
That's not right.
JP, you're good, right?
Yeah. No,
okay.
Like, okay, we're good. I just had to have a second.
I think that took that hard.
We got very used to him being described as Yutta's boyfriend. So
okay.
Oh.
Like Yutta's boyfriend got beaten up is a great news headline to see in the newspapers.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to write her an email like saying like you're dating the wrong JP.
I'll work on it. She's getting married. I got to show up at the wedding. That's the only thing. You know, this is getting serious, guys. Real quick, here at the start of the show, I'm learning a lot about this. I learned their name first off, and now I learned they're getting married. There was a lot of steps, but you know, we'll get there. We'll figure it out together. With the three of you, I can do anything, right, guys?
Right.
I can help you learn some Dutch. Maybe
fantastic. Yeah, Co, how are you? Can you pay for everything?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I think that was a yes. I think that was a yes. I think that's what. I think I heard a positive, affirmative out of there. Yeah. Yep. That's what I heard.
I'll help you. You bet.
Fantastic.
No problem.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
So wait, what is Zeke's job in this heist? Because you've given me a job, you've given Co a job. What is Zeke doing?
I'm the muscle.
Yep. He's gonna be the one to fight the Paul brothers.
Yes. I will fight. I will take them both on.
I don't know why I immediately saw Zeke with like a pair of nunchucks. Like, I am the muscle.
This brings the OBS logo like shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, exactly. Sure,
like
sponsored by OBS. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. All right. What a silly start to the show. We do talk about video games every once in a while here, sometimes. But yeah, the Super Bowl's happening today and the Olympics just started. So those were two things that we felt like we should discuss, and we'll have the Olympics back. The Olympics are 2 weeks, right? That's how long they run. Why am I? You guys don't know. You can't.
I can't remember. It's been so long since
you can't help me out at all. Yeah, it's just.
I can look it up for you.
Oh, are you gonna pull you gonna ask Gemini like Co does?
No. I pay for a search engine, so I don't get AI. It's crazy. The world is weird right now.
What?
According to the rules, the Olympic Games should not exceed 16 days.
Okay.
So that doesn't really answer our question, except for they can't be late.
Okay. Fair enough.
Things we learned.
2 weeks in a weekend.
There you go. Yeah, that happens. I guess we could start with the latest on the whole. I hate referring to it as the AOC thing because here in America, AOC is a prominent politician, and so I get really confused when I learn about AOC doing nefarious money things.
Well, and when you like last week when we started talking about it, and I was looking at chat, and several people were like, "Oh, AOC is dead," and I'm like, "Wait, what? That should be like." That should be like huge headline news. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, Ashes of Creation. Video game show. Right.
I didn't see that as well. I didn't see that.
Or Age of Conan, yeah.
Yeah. Co, are you up to snuff on what's going on with that? What's the latest?
I mean, the latest is still pretty much where it was before. So
really?
The latest is that the game is essentially dissolved. Stephen Sharif has left officially. Margaret Crone has put up a big kind of this is what happened day by day thing.
She's the community manager.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. It looks like she was relatively in the dark, like the majority of the team when all this happened. I don't know if the confirmed part of the person where the company was transferred to, because we talked about that last week a little bit. I don't know if that actually got confirmed because that was really shady. But no, we're all still waiting. Steam has been busy though. So Steam is issuing refunds. You can no longer buy the game, I believe. And so they're working on that end, which they had not really done when we were speaking last week. So that's some good progress. But no, I mean the problem is that, like Stephen Shreve said, he is convinced the next we're going to really hear about this is in court filings. So whatever that means and from which direction it's going to be going is still a bit up in the air.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I've seen so many, I've seen a lot of stuff out of that where it's like, surely that's not real and it doesn't actually matter, but there's no way that that's real. And then turns out it is real. There are things that you're kind of just like, they did what with the house? What? Why? It doesn't matter, but like, what? Like, what are you doing with this house that you now don't own and you sold? And like, yeah, there's a bunch of silly things happening behind the scenes. Rami, do you have any hot takes, anything to weigh in on Ashes of Creation?
I mean, obviously, I'm on this one. I don't have much more information than what you have, and I think mostly because this is probably going to be a big legal mess, and nobody wants to be talking about that outside of court.
Yeah.
So a number of the people involved are friends or people that I know or people that I've worked with in the past, and so from where I'm sitting, it's just like I obviously don't know everything that went down, but the people that have spoken up are people that I generally trust, and so I believe some real bad shit is happening in the back. And it turns out that in the end, the developers and the players effectively become victims of the whole thing. So I hope that whatever happens, at least the people who made the game come out well, and that Steam just does the right thing and gives people back their money, which I think they will. Steam has been fairly good about this kind of nonsense. So fucking sucks. It's not as if we need more bullshit at the moment, in games.
Are the servers still live? I know you can't buy the game, but can you still log into the game and play?
Not sure, actually.
I'll see if chat confirm or denies that. But yeah, okay.
I mean,
Blue Tip is
servers are still alive. Yeah.
Huh. And that's one of those ones where they could be shut off whenever.
Yeah.
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 Oh, apparently the servers
to maintain them.
That's the next thing. The servers are getting really laggy without restarts, apparently.
Oh, I believe that.
Oh no.
Because they're probably not being managed. Oof. So
no good.
It's kind of, the whole situation sucks, but it's kind of interesting to see what happens when just the entire team behind the game just stops.
Yeah.
Like how quick the whole thing goes to shit.
Yeah.
No, I just got an image of my head of like people playing shuffleboard on a yacht with nobody driving the yacht.
Pretty much. Yeah.
There's apparently 1,000 players online right now. So, oof. I'm sure those servers will eventually, no one's paying for them, so they'll run out whenever that shuffles over. However much time that has left. We'll know. So that's the latest on the Ashes of Creation stuff.
What a sadly appropriate name.
The Ashes.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. Jeez. How is that not? How have I not seen that until now?
Yeah, that's a bit on the nose,
Huh. Yeah.
I mean, there has to be an article in some like web magazine that's like the ashes of creation.
Yeah, the ashes of creation of ashes of creation. That's it.
It writes itself.
It writes itself. It really does. It really does. I want to talk about this other bit of news here, kind of jumping off of the AOC news. Did you guys see this Horizon Hunters Gathering announcement? What's going on? Like, what are we doing?
What's up with that?
What are we doing?
Yeah, that was oh man, first of all, probably could have workshopped that name a little more. Every time I hear it, I don't know, just Hunters Gathering. Like I don't know, man.
Oh, it's Horizon Hunters Gathering.
Yeah.
HHG.
Yeah.
It's so easy to say.
the thing I couldn't shake is it's like it's such a departure. Like it's the Fortnite look. It looks like Dauntless. If you remember that game, Dauntless.
Yeah,
looks very similar. It's just a very strange direction to go, especially since it looks like it seems that I didn't know if did they announce that a Parallel Studio is making this, or is this their focus right now?
This is Guerrilla
instead of the
Studio.
next Horizon?
This is Guerrilla. It's
Yeah, this is
Guerrilla
Guerrilla.
core.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a gamble. There's been a lot of public commentary about the new direction, so it's going to be interesting to see if this is like how this is going to work out for him.
Yeah.
It's definitely a gamble.
I agree. I think it's really, it's the kind of gamble where I think it's cool, and it's. I'm friends with all of these people, right? I've known that this is in the pipeline for quite a while. I've seen early concept art like years ago. This has been in the pipeline. Like they've picked this direction with intent. Whether it works out or not, well, that's fucking video game development. We don't know. You started on the thing 5 years ago, and then inshallah it works. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like, I'd be curious to see another take on this, and I think to a degree it solves a number of issues that they've always kind of had with making stuff and having to make stuff quickly. And if you want to make a game like this with the hyper realistic style of a Horizon, pumping out content is going to be real hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, with a style like this, you could meaningfully sort of try and keep up. So
they may have covered this, but just so I'm kind of clear on it, is this the new direction of the art style for the franchise, or is this a side project in a different art style?
I don't think you should think of it as a side project, but I also don't think this means that Horizon as a series is going to change. Like, Horizon is Horizon. I would be shocked, and like, obviously I'm not speaking with knowledge from the studio about this, so I can speculate, which is fun. I would assume that if there is a Horizon 3, that it would look like Horizon. What you expect from Guerrilla, which is push the limits on what a PlayStation can render, right? Which has always been their thing. Like, I think Guerrilla Games has always been the look at the shit we can do on a PlayStation studio that Sony has. Well, I think Naughty Dog sort of has its own corner in the ecosystem, and Insomniac has its own corner in the ecosystem. Horizon is that's fucking pretty studio, and then we can argue about whether female characters should have face hair for 3 weeks as a.
Let's not do that again.
And then we go on with our lives. But they are the studio who does that. So I think they're going to keep doing that. I just also think that for them, this is probably just kind of fun, scary. But
yeah,
can you imagine you're known for like the very pretty space Nazi game, and then the very pretty like robot dinosaurs game, and now you get to go like, all right, fuck it, let's try something else.
Yeah, it's also wild to think, like, imagine this game doing well. So then they would do like this art style with these characters, the next game in their normal art style with the same characters, then maybe one of Hunter's Gathering 2 go back to the other art style. So they literally have like the same universe and parallel art styles with parallel characters.
Yeah.
Has that been done before? That's wild. Like that's actually wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even different game. It's the same characters, just like in completely different presentations.
Yeah.
Huh. That's really cool. Monkey Island, you're right. Monkey Island did that. Shit. Well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess. Fair.
Huh. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, Monster Hunter does that as well.
Well, Monster Hunter kind of does.
Riot kind of does that with League, where over all their different mediums, they're different. So
that is interesting, though. It's gonna be super interesting if they can capture like both audiences, because it's been the commentary has been, I want to say, more negative than positive. So it's
we have a rule in the industry.
Yeah,
we have a rule in the industry that anything that you show that hasn't been that is new or different from what people expect is always going to get a negative backlash. That's default. Like, it just doesn't happen. If they were doing this art style and they went to the realistic one, we'd have the exact same conversation, just the other way around. Like, it's part of announcing something new. And so I think we kind of build in that expectation. And I don't think anybody is particularly worried about the initial response to something like this, because we need to see when it gets shown the second time. Next time we put out a trailer as a studio, they're gonna look at it and they're gonna say, okay, like, what is the response now? Has it muted? Are people just excited for the game? Or is there a lot of backlash still? And they can't change it at this point.
Yeah,
this is the style. This is what's going to happen. At that point, it's just let's hope. It's the weird thing about games. Like, I think I first heard about this. I first saw something about this. Like, what, 3 years ago? Probably. I don't remember. COVID has messed up my sense of time. But
warp time. Yeah,
like multiple years ago. This is the first time they're showing it, right? Proper. So it's that thing where when you mentioned it, I was like, wait, can we talk about that now?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just curious. Like, this is one of those funny curiosities about the games industry. You make your bet 3 years in advance. I think this is the right call. If you're going to do something like this, you need to be able to pump out content. You need to be able to keep up. But if people like the game, you have to be able to make more quickly.
Right.
And if we have to model facial hairs, that's not how you do quick. This is how you do quick.
Is this an announced live service game?
All but, I think. Yeah, I mean, there's the way that they kind of talk about it and the way that it's in the game. I don't know what else it could be. Right?
Like, regardless of what it is, this game needs content. Right? This is a content game. So you're not going to make something like this and then go, no, fuck it. We launched it. We're done. Bye. Yeah. You do that with Horizon, like with Forbidden West, something like that. So I can see this art style as a requirement to sort of do their plans. Also, just as a strategic thing. Remember, that's what Sony has been pushing. Like, they want games like this. They haven't been able to make a game like this that popped off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we just saw the recent relatively large loss with the Control spinoff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what was it called? Firebreak?
Firebreak, yeah.
I really wanted to like Firebreak.
Yeah.
Really wanted that game to work.
Same.
I did enjoy fighting post-its.
I never played it, but I did hear about that level, the post-it boss.
Yeah.
Jesse Cox was a big fan of that. So yeah, really the only one that's popped off has been Helldivers. And that's still doing well. I think they just pushed an update this past week / right now, where they put in a 4-person tank into that game. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah, they're still doing cool updates.
Helldivers is one of those weird games because that's one of those games where I think it came together last minute. I heard stories during development, and that game was not looking good until suddenly it did. That was a crazy story.
They nailed it. I mean, that game, ton of fun to play. So
yeah, I wonder. I hope one day, like 5-10 years in the future, when all the rights and all that has gone, that somebody writes like the way Helldivers got built. Because I think that story is probably way crazier than people realize.
Yeah,
that game should not have worked. It did.
Get Danny in there. Get the somber electronic music and Irish voice over it. That'd be great.
Dude, it's still kicking ass. They also got it. They finally turned off all that bullshit with the international stuff. I don't even think you need a Sony account to log in anymore.
Oh yeah. That's good.
So
that's good.
I think I'm playing it again soon, actually.
Yeah, I know they were doing some sponsor push with this recent update they had. So this looks fine. The characters or whatever. If like. I always have said while playing Horizon, it'd be really cool to hunt, these giant mecha with other people. I don't know if it's if that's gonna be what I wanted in terms of the art style or the fact that it's like class based or blah 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 blah. But if it is, then I'm kind of into that. And if they push out the updates, like Rami was saying, that's the big thing. You're shaking your head. I don't know what this means.
It was such a shining like appraisal of the game. Like, yeah, it's whatever. The characters are okay. I think it's not the thing I want.
Well, I mean, I'm not over the moon up for it. 100%.
No. It's just funny. I can imagine the team behind it sort of watching this and going like. I guess.
Whatever.
I feel you, Rami. It's definitely one of those situations though where you got to be brutally honest about this stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's like, because I'm kind of in the same boat as JP. Like, I definitely really enjoy the more realistic, kind of viscerally looking, like that hair stuff fascinated me. I was like, this is awesome. Like, you can actually see her hairs like that, like, I love that stuff. So then the mocapping in the last one I found, was also some of the best we've ever seen.
Actually. Yes. Yeah.
So for me, when they did this new art style, for me, a lot of that was like, oh, but you do the other one like the best in the industry, man. Like, no, don't go kind of the Fortnite route with it. You're so good at this other thing, like, please. But in the same vein, I will say this, if this is the kind of thing where they're having fun, they're enjoying it, if this is what they want to do right now, awesome. I wish them all the success. I hope that they kicks ass, and I hope that he gets a lot of success. And hopefully I'll get the Horizon 3 more in my style, and we'll all be happy. So yeah,
I'd be shocked if they stopped doing main Horizon games. Yeah,
I played this game called Dauntless, and I tried it multiple times to get into it, and I hate saying it, man, but it has such Dauntless vibes for me. So I'll probably try it, but I have a feeling I'm going to bounce off it. Yeah, we'll see though.
Sure.
And regardless, it looks like it's going to be for a lot of people. It looks like it's going to be for a broad audience, so that could really work for him.
Hopefully, I think that's what they're trying for, right? Like, let's try something new that we haven't done before. And I think, honestly, if you're a studio that has done the same thing 6 times in a row, you kind of have to.
Yeah,
you're gonna go insane if you just keep making the same thing over and over and over again. And I think, personally, like, I loved Horizon, right? The original, like, Zero Dawn, like, was incredible. Forbidden West, that's the feeling you get when a studio is doing the same thing, but it has to be bigger. And there was a lot of good about Forbidden West, but there was also a lot of stuff in there I'm like, it feels unfocused. It's just like shotgunned at the wall and just see what sticks. And I think with this game, you can actually see that they're super focused on this. Like, everything points in this direction of like, okay, let's get some cool shit on the wall. And I think that's the exciting part for them. I think whenever you see a studio take a bet like this, you know how hard they have to fight to be allowed to do something like this. Like, how the creator directly, I think you saw JP at the start. Love that man, by the way. He's he's incredibly Dutch. He's incredibly Dutch in that. I remember when Horizon was first coming out, and one of the discussions about Horizon was about Aloy being a woman.
Yeah.
Right. And he kept getting that question, like, why is Aloy a woman? And he's like, because she's a fucking woman. Like, she's a woman. That's it. Like, that was like, what else do you want? Like, do we need a reason to put a woman? Like, does it have to be about anything? We just thought it would be cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds about JP. So he's very Dutch in that regard. And I just love that about him. And I know that, he's been in these meetings where he's had to listen to, like, market research and, like, the franchise and the IP and, like, the risks involved. And he just had to sit there being JP and be like, yeah, but we still want to make it. Like, we want to make it.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious how this works out. I hope it works out. And if it doesn't work out, like, I'm happy that a studio like Guerrilla got to take a swing in this industry where everybody's taking the safest fucking bet all the fucking time. Like, I'm so tired of people doing exactly what you'd expect. So thank God that we get something where we're like, huh? Even if we don't like it, even if we're like, this sucks. Like, thank God somebody can make something that we look at and be like, that's not for me, but I guess it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I guess another way of saying it is there's something positive about money going towards newness rather than right out of the gate. Yep, here's Horizon 3.
Well, most importantly, like, I think especially these days, going towards passion. I mean, it's clearly something they want to make. If they've been working on this for 3 years and they're driven on it, like, need more of that, especially from companies their size. They're big, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
I should say very successful, not very big, but yeah, very successful.
Felgrun in my chat says, yeah, they're just saving Horizon 3 to figure out the actual launch date of GTA 6, and then they're going to launch it at the same time.
Yeah.
Just like they've done with Horizon 1 and Horizon 2.
No. Yeah, man. That was pretty rough.
It It is the funniest thing taking obviously Guerrilla Dutch. So if we see each other at events, it's always the funniest thing consistently is meeting Horizon folks at award ceremonies.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're not winning. there's always the other game. There's always the other game. They've always launched against Zelda or whatever, and it's just like, it ain't happening. And so they always go to those events with like, listen, we're gonna have some drinks, we're gonna say hi, and
I just got
watch
the
Zelda sweep.
Yeah.
On the gallows, and it's Dutch and then Poland for KCD2, and they're just like, first time here.
Yeah. Yeah, they launched they launched against Zelda, then they launched against Elden Ring, I think was the other one, right? For Horizon 2.
I think that was the combo.
Or like it was a week out maybe between the two.
It was like right before, so I believe. So they came out, everyone got like a little bit with it, and then everyone left through their playthrough and went and played Elden Ring. And then like so many people just didn't finish it, or everyone was talking about Elden Ring. It just
Elden Ring took over the industry for a while there. So
yep,
that'll happen.
It looks like you're.
I'm sorry, Czech Republic, not Poland. Czech Republic.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, for the KCD2 devs.
Yes.
KCD.
Yeah.
Warhorse, of course.
Gotcha.
Yes, of course.
Gotcha.
I had Cyberpunk.
No one can talk to a Warhorse, of course.
Of course, of course.
Sorry. Man, I'm dating myself. That's a Mr. Ed reference. A black and white TV show. Jesus. I used to watch on Nick at Night. Never mind.
Yep.
Move on.
We're old. Oh,
I make Zeke for the reference. I make Mr. Ed references frequently. I just have you know. So
you live on a horse farm or a horse ranch or whatever, so like I get that.
Guys,
that makes more sense.
I have to share a story that only benefits me, and it puts the two of you down, but it might be my greatest victory in the past week.
All right.
I was talking to a friend. I joined a stream.
Wait, you have a friend? Is that the win?
Yeah, that's the win. Yeah. Woo, yeah. Anyways, I joined the stream, and he's like, "Hey, man, I hope you've been well. You've been popping up a lot of my TikTok feed. It's you and those two older guys."
Nice.
Well. Okay. Okay. Those two older guys. Point of order, though. I'm the only one that's older than you, right, JP?
Co's older as well.
Is he?
Yeah, by a year, I think. Maybe a year and a half, year or two.
This is the first time I've realized that all of you have an age.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's a funny thing, Rami. I don't even know. You're timeless to me. You're
just an eternal creature.
Rami.
I honestly have no idea how old you are. You could say 70 or you could say 20, and I would be like, yep, that sounds about right.
28, 29, maybe.
It's a fairly good guesses, both of them.
Yeah. I guess you do have a little bit more. Yeah, you've got some gray hair. I've got the most gray hair out of Zeke and Co, so I don't know why my friend clocked me as being the youngest, but whatever. I guess.
The grays are elective. They're elective. I just chose to have them.
Yeah. Naturally. Yeah.
You dye them in, right? Is that what?
Yep.
Just put a marker.
Yeah. Just get a marker before stream every day. Sharpie. Yeah.
When I was using Gassy Mexican setup when I went down there for vacation, and he had a way better camera than I use than this one currently. And I have refused to switch because you can see every single individual gray hair.
That's how mine is.
Like that camera aged me up like 10 years.
We call that a glow down.
Yeah.
I like my soft light soap opera camera here. It's like, oh look.
Yeah. If the camera's more quality,
old, but not old as balls. Yeah.
It's a little blurry, and the grays just kind of fade into the black. The same way. I don't want to, get too much detail up in here.
Because I look in the mirror in the morning, and it's just like Old Man River. It's just terrible.
Oh man. Yeah. It's funny because my dad actually was full silver / gray when he was 21, I think, in high school.
Whoa.
He was like full silver / gray. And so I, for the longest time, have been like, well, I'm going to wake up one day and it's all going to be silver, gray, and or not there.
Like the fucking Santa Claus. Like you wake up like Tim Allen, like, Oh,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it hadn't happened yet, but I've definitely got a ton of gray in my beard. But yeah, that's my anchor point this past week is you and those two older guys. Yeah, talking about shooters that they have never played, I think was the exact line. I then gifted mini subs, and I've constantly shouted out this individual. So go check out twitch.tv/boom. Yeah, great streamer. 10 out of 10. Let's talk about another live service this week that got an update. And it's a weird one because Overwatch 2 is now Overwatch.
They dropped the number 2.
They have dropped
I'll be here all
the
week.
number 2 from the name.
Here we go again.
Drop the deuce.
Yep.
As it were.
It's funny too, because like 35-minute video and the Overwatch 2-to-1 thing doesn't hit till like right here. They're like, yeah, we've decided that we're just going to call it Overwatch from now on. And scene. That's the end.
Didn't Coke do this at some point?
With
like
new
make
Coke?
a big deal. Yeah, new and then you know what? We're going back to old Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real old Coke
back to Coca-Cola Classic. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With that said, this game's actually had a massive resurgence this past week.
Oh, okay.
Like numbers have skyrocketed, and I don't even think the new heroes have hit yet. I don't think they hit till tomorrow.
So obviously the pull is not dropping the 2. What has been really bringing people back?
Yeah, the pull is Blizzard's doing this like New Year, New Us thing. They launched like a 30-minute video for WoW, and now this is the one for Overwatch. There's one coming for Diablo, and then there's one for what's the other IP? There's a 4th IP. Something later after that, after Diablo.
Love that one.
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone, yeah, Hearthstone. That's the next one. They forgot StarCraft, funny enough. I don't know if that's just not going to be talked about. Yeah. This is the cinematic that they dropped, kind of showing the new character. And cinematics have always been good for Overwatch. But the big thing is they are just dumping 5 new heroes into the game, which in the industry has now become, I guess, known as they're deadlocking it, where they're just dropping a ton of characters all at once and kind of letting...
Totally free?
Yes, I think so. I'm 99%
Let's take
sure.
this to chat. Chat, is it totally free? They're all free.
They're all free. Okay, yeah. So they're dropping 5 more on February 10th, and then between now and the end of the year, they're going to be having 5 more characters on top of that. So 10 characters annually is what they're going to be adding in.
Nice.
And they're like, the characters themselves are kind of crazy. That's one of them, but like the biggest one, that's another one. That's like a almost a legacy character where they've been discussed in the lore for the longest time. But the one that obviously has taken over the internet is the final one that they show here. And that, of course, is Jetpack Cat.
I'm in.
Just like the character?
That's the character. Jetpack Cat. And it's voiced by Jennifer Hale. Because of course it is.
I'm so in.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it gets better. The ultimate is that Jetpack Cat goes and picks up any character in the game, and they are now flying with Jetpack Cat. So, yeah, kind of fun.
That's got like real Battlefield Gunner vibes in a helicopter.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool, man. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of wild. I've seen footage of like Reinhardt, which is the big tank guy. He'll get like picked up by Jetpack Cat, and then he'll charge in midair and like slam down on the ground and grab someone and just kill them. And like, that's kind of cool.
The amount of QA that must have gone into that one.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
I'm just sitting here going like, oh no.
That's the other thing is people are worried about like the balancing of this. Because one character alone has been enough to break Overwatch balance.
Yep.
Here's 5 brand new characters just being thrown into the mix. That might just like fuck everything.
Did they address that at all? Like, are their plan? Like, do they have a patching schedule and how often they're going to do balanced stuff and anything like that? Or are they just kind of?
I don't.
They're riding the high of the announcement.
Think so. I think they're gonna, do the best part that they can, but do the best they can.
Inshallah balance.
Yeah.
Well, but I think that's also the only way you can do it. Like people dunk on QA very often, but like if you do 1,000 hours of QA and you have 1,000 people playing 1 hour, the 1,000 people playing 1 hour have now done the same amount of QA as your internal QA. Like there's no way to box up against the amount of playtime people get when they're playing the game. And how many people are playing Overwatch right now?
It's skyrocketed. Yeah, I'm actually gonna SteamDB them. Right now, SteamDB has 64,000. The all-time peak was 2.5 years ago at 75,000. Granted,
64,000.
Yeah. A lot of people still use the Blizzard launcher for that as well.
Yeah, I was going to say Blizz. Yeah, the Blizz, the BattleNet or whatever it is.
Yeah, they use the BattleNet launcher, whatever they call it these days.
Say it's 100K people, and they all play for 10 minutes. That's more coverage that you're going to get, like, in any way, shape, or form. QA's job is to make sure the thing doesn't delete your hard drive, and that there's not, like, things that will break the game in such a way that you can't play it anymore. Balance problems. You can still play the game.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see. We'll see what people figure out. Like, also, I'm just sitting, like, my favorite thing about this whole Jetpack Cat situation is, can you imagine the concept artist who got this assignment?
So that's the thing is, Jetpack Cat has kind of been a thing since I want to say, I don't know which BlizzCon it was, but there was like a concept art of Jetpack Cat at a BlizzCon years back, and then they never said anything else about them. And so it's kind of like a fan favorite, but not. It was back in 2016, apparently, according to chat, is when they were first shown. So, yeah, that's another new character, Domina. That one.
Wow, what a name, though.
Yeah, that one's kind of like.
I didn't know that. That's great.
Come on, Blizzard. What are you doing? You know what you're doing, you motherfucker.
They have to know.
You know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, sure. They know exactly what they're doing. Yeah.
I had a question. Since this is now being called Overwatch and not Overwatch 2, like, I have no idea. Can you still play the original or no? Is it gone?
No, it's been gone.
It's been gone. Okay.
Yeah, I want to say it's been gone for a while. I don't think you've actually been able to play. I actually, chat, fact check me on that. Can you actually go and play the original Overwatch, or did it get...
People in my chat are saying since Overwatch 2 launched, Overwatch 1 was...
Oh, wow, yeah.
It just replaced it. Okay. Ever since the Overwatch 2 launch. Yeah.
Okay.
And so now they're just going right back to Overwatch, which is what...
I think that's fine. I think that's great. I think...
It's what they should have done from the start. It's what everyone said, like, who cares? Just name this Overwatch. Like, what do we do?
Yeah. It's like this should have been an email. This should have been an update.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still the same thing.
Pretty much.
For the most part. So they're adding a bunch of what is it? Is it Sanrio? I think it's Sanrio, which is the Hello Kitty people. Which, yeah, I would say that's an Overwatch audience interest, and they're going to make a lot of money from those skins. I don't know how many there are. Let's see. There's Juno, Kariko, Mercy, Diva, Widowmaker, and Lucio are all getting skins. Juno will be Hello Kitty. Kariko will be Cinnamon Roll. Cinema Roll. Mercy will be Pom Pom Purin. Diva as My Melody. Widowmaker as Karomi, and Lucio as Karopi. So, yeah. Who's Lucio? Did I say Lucio? Did I say it incorrectly? Sorry. It's been a while. It's been a while. But there's also, they've done collabs across the board. I think like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Street Fighter, Les Seraphim, One Punch Man, My Hero Academia, Cowboy Bebop. They've all got stuff in that game already.
But not the big one with My Melody. Like that's the big one.
That's the big one? Okay. All right.
That's the big one.
Noted. Yeah, I didn't know that. I know Hello Kitty, obviously, but I didn't know the whole like Sanrio craze was a thing.
I once stood in a line at the Tokyo Museum because there was a Hello Kitty exhibition. And so you went through the exhibition, and then on the other side there was like a 45-minute line into a store where you could buy some merch. And so I went into the line, and it's really weird being tall and Dutch in a situation where there's 1,000 people flocking to the nearest Hello Kitty bag, and me just kind of having to like wade through without elbowing anybody in the face, which was the only like there was no way for me to move without like armpits, So it was a situation.
Okay.
Right. I got a little Hello Kitty pin. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
no,
happy.
It had that same feeling in oh God, it's the part of Tokyo that's like the youthful part of Tokyo with all the anime stuff. It's like Kabuki-chan or something like that. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it.
The place
there you
that,
go.
Yeah,
or Akihabara. Yeah, Akihabara.
Akibara
Either
is
one of
probably
those,
what you meant.
Yeah, it's definitely a trip being like a head above everybody else, and you're just like, this is cool. Like I feel like a periscope, like from a submarine.
Yeah.
So the thing with Tokyo, like you have to watch out. The Tokyo subway is very busy. The metro is very busy, and they get in, and you're like, I can see to the other side of this carriage just fine. Like, I'm good.
By the way, Zeke, I don't want to shock you, and this will be relevant to you as well. You guys remember Mini Wheat? This is him now.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I saw your tweet. That was funny.
Yeah, that's Mini Wheat. It's grown up. It's grown up,
and he's now almost older than us. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's wild.
Crazy
man.
time.
COVID time, man. It's crazy.
Crazy time.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, these characters will launch tomorrow. I'm sure it'll do very well. It honestly, I have been contacted by a friend asking if I want to play Overwatch, and it wasn't an immediate, what the fuck are you messaging me for to play Overwatch? It wasn't like, well, there is that cat. So maybe I will. It's on Tuesday, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. So yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Might be something that will be relevant to my interest. So that is that.
When was the last time you played? How long ago?
Probably about a year ago when they introduced Overwatch 2, or when they released whatever Overwatch 2. Yeah. Was probably the last time I checked it out. Yeah. So they've added a handful of characters, I think, and they've also changed the game immensely since then. So yeah, cool. There's Flying Cat. Everyone wants to play the Flying Cat. It's going to be the #1 character in all of Overwatch. And I'm glad they dropped Overwatch 2. What else? Mewgenics is coming out this week, and it's already reviewed quite well. I think it's dropped a little bit. But at one time it was, I think, the second highest.
BT3.
Yeah, it was like the second highest reviewed game of all time, according to Metacritic. I don't think it's still up there at that ranking, but reviewing quite well. Tons of 10 out of 10s, many 9 out of 10s. I think most of the like knocks for it were just because of the like humor aspect of it. Just a bunch of poop jokes, a bunch of like cat sex and things, and whatever. That's kind of how that goes. But
my camera froze again.
It did. Yeah.
What the hell, man?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Y'all keep going.
Oh,
It did.
you just went to the black quarter.
Yeah, just turn it off. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll fix it on this end. How weird, dude.
But yeah, that launches on, is that the 10th? That's the 10th or the 11th? Rami, have you got a chance to?
No.
Okay. Have you got a chance to check that out? We actually had Edmund on the show a while back and got a chance to play it.
It's so, I mean, I'm just excited that, you know, okay, so I'm just going to sound old. You know, when I started in indie in 2009, 2010, there was not nearly as many indies as there was right now, right? It was a pretty small group of people, and Edmund and Tyler both were people from that time, and I think for me, a lot of those people are gone, you know, from the industry, or no longer here, or some of them have passed away. Like, you know, there's been a lot in the almost 20 years since. So it's just very cool to see what kind of is a 2010 indie style game developed over a very long time by two of those original sort of like indies. So
yeah,
I'm super excited. I've seen the game a million times. It's changed a million times. But I've not played any recent build. I've been waiting until it comes out to, you know, hopefully feel a little bit like I did in 2010. So I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seems like a lot of the industry is, given all of these review scores. He's also like kind of a one-man PR machine. Like, he's been going crazy on social media.
It's been a wild week on Twitter. If you follow Edmund McMullen, it's been crazy. He's been like doing contests and getting people to do funny things for keys, and like it's been a ride for sure.
Yeah, he's been streaming almost daily. I think he actually has like scheduled streams on his YouTube. Yeah, 1 day, 2 days. That's happening today at 2. This is happening tomorrow at 2. I think they're doing an AMA on Reddit right now.
They started a minute ago.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in chat if anyone wants to see it.
It was also wild because I saw like he was at least some form of point of contact for creators to reach out for keys, which that's insane to take that up on yourself.
It's
because we're awful.
The bigger thing with streamers tend to be that you get like 40 real ones and then 760 bots.
Yeah.
That are like the real ones, but with a typo in the name. So you'll get Ezekiel II, and Cock Carnage or Cock Cornage.
I like Cock
and you
corn
get
cabbage. Yeah, that's my good.
Corn cabbage. Yeah, corn cabbage. That's my farmer name.
It's me, JP.
Yeah, that guy's an asshole.
It's me, JP.
It's actually, they think that I'm the fake one because they're like, well, no, it's me, JP just reached out. We gave him a key. Nope, there's no S. There's no S. Yeah.
So, you know, I think it is very Edmund though. He's always been that way. He just likes doing the thing, and he cares about the game, and he wants to do everything himself, for better or for worse, and in this case, better. So, you know, cool. I'm just excited. I'm excited. It's exciting to see old school indie shit instead of like we've kind of built an over reliance on publishers to a large degree. I think so. Fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun to see him also in that like very classical stoic, like no early access. You're getting the 1.0. I've spent years fine tuning this for the specific experience I want you to have. Like that's a very different development style these days. The early access approach has been embraced. So it's cool to see that, and not only see it, but this is going to be one of the next biggest games potentially. And like that's how it was done. Blueprint style too, which was cool. But yeah, it's great to see.
Yep. We wish them all the luck. I'm sure we'll be reporting on how many millions and millions of copies they've sold next weekend. So speaking of sales, now I'm in my head. Cairn. I said it right? Cairn? I've been saying Cairn for I thought it was Cairn.
Cairn.
Yeah, I thought it was
Fuck!
Cairn.
I said it incorrectly.
I'm
in my head with
I
this
thought
shit.
I thought we were still talking about Go Carnage being mistyped somewhere.
Co-Carnage. Yeah. Anyways, Cairn has sold 300,000 copies as of 3 days ago. They've been doing quite well.
Hell yeah.
The old game bakers, which we can kind of talk about it. Zeke and I have both finished the game at this point. I think him...
Finished it last night?
Yeah, you beat it a little bit quicker than me at like 13 hours. I beat it in like 14 hours. It's everything I said last week. I think for me, it's just been amplified. And I think the story, if anything, is maybe one of my favorite parts of the game, which I didn't expect at all. Rami, have you had a chance to check it out as well? Have you played it at all?
I haven't played it yet. No, it's on my list of things to play.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the Game Bakers since Fury back in the day, so it's high on my list. Yeah. I haven't had a lot of time to play video games this week, so
gotcha. Yeah. Zeke, you did 1 day of it on stream and then played the rest of it off stream.
It was part of the indie week, so I played it for like an hour and a half, maybe. And I did the first part. The funny thing is, like, I played the demo of it, and I'm like, I bounced right the fuck off of it because I've been like, you're fighting the controls the whole time. I can't like this hold, like, because you're a rock climber, right? You're a mountain climber, and like this hold looks good, and then you put your hand there, and it's like, oh, it's slipping. It's like, no, it's a good hold. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But I will say, like, after the demo, I played a little bit of the demo, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to give this another shot because I've heard good things. So I played it again with all the accessibility options, like, turned on. And if you bounce off it, I suggest you do that because it really, I want to tell you, it did not diminish my enjoyment of the game at all. Because it's still arduous. Like, even with the accessibility options, you don't go fast. I'm not telling you, like, you go super fast or anything, you don't. But it does help you to not get discouraged because there's like fall rewind. There is auto. You don't have to do the mini game for the pitons. You get hold feedback like right on the screen. So like you put your hand on something and this like square like pops up and tells you like this is a good hold. Like okay.
Which I almost turned on towards the end of it. But I ended up just playing on the like default middle of the road option because we said this last week.
Oh, it's funny. I know exactly where you are.
Yeah, the hard option is like there's no safeguards. You just climb.
Yeah, you can do free solo. Like, and that's what speedrunners do is like they do free solo, which means no feedback, no carabiners, or no pitons, no nothing. It's just you climb. It's your hands and your feet, and that's it.
Yeah.
But I turned on all the accessibility options. Oh, one of which, probably the main one that helped me the most, was they auto select your limbs. Like you don't have to like pick which limb you're using. They just like, okay, this is the next logical one, then this is the next logical one, and then your foot, and then this, and then this. And I still ended up falling like over 100 and something times throughout the game. Like even with all that shit turned on, like I still fell a ton.
Yeah.
But it was less punishing. And that's, I think, something that like in my old gamer age, like something that really appeals to me is that I don't have to start from the fucking bottom of the mountain again or bottom of whatever thing again. So like I was able to pick up my progress, and it was still harrowing for someone, especially someone who has acrophobia, which, you know, fear of heights. It's still pretty harrowing, and you still feel that feeling when you're like, you know, your shit is wobbling, and you're like, oh god, let me get this piton in the wall real quick.
Yeah.
And then you fall, you're like, ah shit. You gotta do it again.
Yep.
But honestly, like with all of that stuff, I had such a wonderful time with it. And not only that, but it gave me more motivation to explore. Like, because it wasn't as punishing. Like, if you see something like on a pillar of stone that goes nowhere, you see the pillar of stone, but the main mountain is over this way. But you see this pillar, and you're like, there's got to be something up there, and there usually is, because they really reward, you know, exploration in this. it didn't feel like a chore to like go over there because I'm like, okay, I have all this shit like turned on, so I can just go up there, see what's up there, and then, you know, rappel back down again.
Yeah.
And I did that. And we compared achievements, and I think JP, you had 39 out of 52 and I had 37 out of 52. So I did a good bit of exploring. And then this isn't a spoiler, but like once you complete the game, however you complete it, you can do a flyover of your route. So you get to see like where you went and all this kind of stuff. And like I realized like at the first like 25% of the game, I missed a bunch of stuff, like bunch of places to go. Because I was like, all right, I made it. And I didn't realize how big the base is.
Yeah.
That you can just go like to the left or to the right, and there's caves and there's, you know, plateaus and shit like that you can discover. So like was one of my biggest regrets, is that I didn't explore thoroughly early on in the game. Like I did a bit of it, but I didn't know how rewarding it was. I.e. like you get like, not only do you get like loot, which is like food and you know, food, flowers, water, blah, 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 blah. But you also get like pieces of lore, and it's so like, it's really cool and encouraging when you have this like piece, this little widget, something in your backpack. And then you see some place to use that little widget like 10 hours later. Like, oh, hey, all right there. I'm glad I kept that shit in my backpack. That's great. And then you know, you place the thing in the thing, and then you get a little like story about it. Like, oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. I think one of the most important things that I want people to understand about this game, because a lot of people see it and they immediately are like, oh, this is like QWOP, or this is like getting over it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's why I bounced off the demo.
Yeah, I would say it's not at all. Like, I think with those games, they want you to fail. In this game, they want you to succeed, is how I would look at it. Like, this game's also, it from like a story point and a lore point, it's kind of like inspirational. Like, there's this there's this vibe to it of like, hey, you could fucking do this. Also, it's really fucking lonely on the mountain, but push through, and, you know, adversity and like all that stuff. Like, it's trying to tell a story rather than trying to just piss you off.
Yeah.
There's a narrative element to it, which it really resonated with me. There's multiple points where I was a little bit choked up and just like, fuck. Like, this is fucking off, or this is really cool. This is great. This is, oh God, no, that is fucking shit again. Like, that type of shit. And the culmination of everything also is, I've thought about it a lot since finishing it, and done a lot of like reflection on the end of it. And I think that's never happened with like QWOP or anything like that. It was just frustrating.
Right? Yeah.
So don't let that put you off from it. Like, there's more to this game than just a difficult, janky climbing game. Because I would say it's everything but janky. Every once in a while, your limbs get like caught together, and that looks a little bit weird, but it's very sophisticated in my eyes.
There are some moments that, like, very, very few. Like, in my 13 hours of playing, I think I had like, I want to say like maybe 5 moments where I'm like, that's bullshit. And that usually comes from like me going like, look at this little like line in the rock, and look at this little line in the rock. This line I can easily get a good grip on, and this line is like, it's not fucking even there. Like, it doesn't give me a good grip on it at all. Like, I don't understand. And that happened a few times throughout the game where you're like, I can put my foot there, but not there. Really?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And there was a, you know, a couple of moments where there was some, let's say, some interesting character physics where I like, there was one jump where I was jumping from one platform to another, and something fucked up in the code of the game or something, and I was like this long with my legs like stretching out, I was going
That never happened to me. I did get myself. The game kind of has a not. I don't know how to describe it, but essentially, you're wanting to always climb like the face of a mountain, so it's like a flat. It's kind of happening right here. But the second that you get two flat planes and they form a corner, and you start going up on each corner, the game's like, where do you want me to reach for? What do you want my hand to do? None of this makes sense. We're gonna put it here. And so I did that once, and I went straight through the fucking mountain. And like I was doing
the amount of math
in
that moment, the amount of math that's happening in the back end to make that moment happen is ridiculous. These kind of games are weirdly impressive from a technological standpoint, because what they're doing here is not easy at all. It looks straightforward, but the fact that you two can talk about how long does it take to climb the mountain?
About 14 to 20 hours, depending on the person. First time.
And you're talking about these things
you explore. Yeah.
Right. And you're talking about these things like they happen like 5 or 6 times, 10 times, 20 times throughout your game.
Yeah.
That's insane technology. That's really well done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's just one of those things, like after you've been sitting there for 4 hours and you're climbing along and everything is making sense, and then suddenly one thing doesn't make sense and you're just like, God damn it.
We do teach that in game development. We always say, like, you make a deal with your player that you're going to lie to them and they're going to try and believe you. Right. That's the deal we make. We're going to lie to you that this mountain is real and you're going to believe us. And if we ever make it too hard for you to believe it, you suspend your disbelief. And then for a moment, you're playing a game again. You're sitting in that chair again, pressing buttons instead of being in that world. It's it's one of those things. We'll never get it 100% right, but this is remarkable to see.
Yeah.
And I think one of the really good things that they did with this game is they give you a challenge, and then they pace it out so well. They give you a challenge. Here's where you have to get to, and then there's a plateau, and you're gonna do some walking around. You're gonna look at stuff. You're gonna see things and maybe people, blah blah blah, and then time to get back on the mountain again. It's very well, like, step by step, like, paced. And then and it gets like fucking like harrowing, like towards like the end, as it should. At the end, like the final ascent is fucking like it makes your heart pound.
Yeah,
it's great.
It actually is. I hadn't really thought about like the design side of things until Rami was here, of course. The level design of this game is actually kind of phenomenal. The way that they pace it out, exactly like Zeke was just saying, because it's not like they just took a wall and like threw some cracks at it and we're like, all right, good job. No, it's fairly handcrafted, where it's like, all right, well, this is one route. This is another route the player could take. If they're really good and they use some resources, they could take this route. It's kind of phenomenal to think about that.
And don't forget, they're not just making a route for your first playthrough. They're also giving you routes for your second and your third, and they've layered those over each other, where people make different choices, get different routes, have opportunities to try different things. If you're better, they might take this one. I think one thing that's interesting is earlier you said, like, it's not like getting over it. Or getting over it wants you to lose, and this game wants you to win. And I don't think that's quite true. But what you're describing is creative direction. Right? We're not talking about the game design. We're not talking about the programming. We're talking about the feeling it's meant to give you. And I think this game, from what I'm understanding from the two of you, is more about the ascent, right? More about the, like, getting higher and looking back at what you've done.
Yes.
I think getting over it is more about the fall, right? Getting over it doesn't want you to lose. It wants you to win. Like, in the end, the point of getting over it is to get to the end, and to do that despite falling over and over and over and over and over again. This game doesn't want you to have that. This game wants you to be able to look back at what you've climbed and go like, damn. And that's what I'm interpolating. Like, I'm interpolating from what you were saying, but that sounds to me like the truth. It's about the journey.
Yeah. It very much is. Yes, it absolutely is. And The thing like you get used to after playing the game for a while is that you look at a wall and you're like, oh my God, that's going to take forever. And then you get started like, oh shit, that wasn't that long.
Yeah. Well, that's wild too. That happened to me a bunch of times because when you're climbing, you're so like zoomed in that you're not thinking about anything except the like 4 feet of the mountain right in front of you. Yep. I never like would pause and look up or look down while I was actively climbing. It was those points of reflection where you would get to like a plateau somewhere on the mountain, and then the game would grant you some sort of like rest area, and it zooms out, and then you press a button and you're able to like go back down to the very beginning of the mountain with the camera and see the path that you took up the entire time.
And I think the mechanics, like from watching this, it doesn't want you to look. It sounds like climbing. Like again, I haven't played it, but it looks to me like climbing is intense enough. You kind of have to keep your focus on it. You can't just be like, let me look around a little bit. Like they want you face first to the mountain so that you get that moment at the top of being able to go like, So very intentional, and I love when games come together like that. But I also really appreciate that those creative direction discussions. They're not things that players are meant to get. They're things that people are meant to feel, right? But when you do it well, players can still put it into words. And the fact that JP, you could just sit there and go like, no, this is what they were doing. I'm like, you know what? That seems 100% like, I call it resonant, but it seems resonant with the code and with the art and with the... They must have nailed this. This went way up my list just from hearing the two of you talk about it. So
I mean, it's phenomenal. It will definitely... This will probably pop up for me at the end of the year on something.
Even this early in the year, I wouldn't be surprised if it made at least like JP and I's top 10.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would. Go
it's a very well put together game that I just want to keep stressing. Like if it feels arduous or it feels like to put some accessibility settings on there, they have a bunch. I did all of them except for the food and water stuff. Like I still like needed water. I still needed food and stuff like that. And that actually added a bit to the game where you like, oh shit, I have one bowl of mashed potatoes left. I got to find some more like mushrooms or flowers or some shit to put in my gut. And that added a bit to the exploration. Like, oh God, thank God. There's some beans here. Swell. Okay. I can put those in my tum-tum.
Yeah.
But like, I swear to God, like the grip like indicators and the auto like picking of limbs and stuff like that did not take away from my enjoyment of the game at all. Not even a little bit.
Yep.
Self-published, yeah? Game Bakers published and developed, I think.
I think so. Yeah, let me double check real quick on
Yep. Developed and published by the Game Bakers.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
It means they get to make another cool thing instead of having to go back to publishers and convincing them to get to have to do the safe thing. So good for them.
I mean, they're a little bit like Supergiant, man. They just don't miss. Like their games are great. Fury's great. Haven's great. Cairn's great.
They gave an interview. I want to try to quote it directly, where they talked about how the games that they've put out, the 3 games they've put out under the Game Bakers, have been kind of a trilogy, narratively, and so I'm really curious where they go out of this. Yeah, so this is an interview with hardcoregamer.com. The Game Bakers conclude a trilogy with the debut of their next game, Cairn, whatever. What was the full quote? Damn it, it's not in this.
Someone in chat is saying the Freedom of Movement trilogy, and I can totally see that because I think Fury and Haven and Cairn sort of like point at the same thing.
Interesting.
Which is movement is sort of like the core of the game. So
God damn it, I'm just looking at your backpack, JP.
Around movement.
Oh, I have a lot of that stuff.
You had a big old jug that I never found. You had a big old like juice jug that I never saw.
Bro, that jug can hold 6 things of water.
Yeah, I know. Like it looked like it can. Like I would have so much soup in that. So much soup.
I have seen a lot about this game.
Yeah.
And I have seen a lot of little snips from it. Today is the first time seeing this game that I saw the backpack open.
Yeah.
And saw all those little items bouncing around. I will be starting my Cairn playthrough
tomorrow. Did we tell you how we didn't tell you even how the inventory works?
And you know what? You know, do me solid. If you don't mind, don't.
Okay. All right. It's very well done, though. It's very well done.
Yeah. Like I thought for some reason it was just the climbing. I didn't realize there was like a whole.
No, there's
loot. Oh, there's absolutely loot.
Okay, so
there's so much loot that's just on the mountain, and you'll just see like a bag off in fucking nowhere, and then your brain starts going like, I wonder what's in that bag.
Yep. And then there's let me just tell you this, this will entice you. There's loot that matters and loot that doesn't. That is not useful to you, but it might matter and it might not. So you're gonna have to keep a bunch of shit that they're like, does this mean something? Yep.
Yeah. It's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. It's a great fucking game. Definitely check it out. If you have not, if it was not on your radar, please put it on your radar.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm gonna check it out tomorrow morning. Like you guys pushed me over. I knew it was good and I knew people were enjoying it, but no, I gotta check it out. I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Also, we didn't talk about this at all. The voice acting and the story is phenomenal. Like the game starts out and you're just kind of like, all right, cool. Like this is well done. By the end of it, you're totally enamored with like the main character, but also you fucking hate her. Like it's just so much confliction amongst all the characters, and like I love that. Like I haven't been both rooting for but also wanting someone to fail.
Yeah,
a very long time.
There are definite. It's identifiable. Like all the characters that like in the game or all the things in the game like are all pretty identifiable, and they all like. I think subtlety is something that is sorely missed in a lot of media, and games included, where people will overreact. But there's something to be said about reacting like a real person would react.
Yeah.
And it's hard to nail. It's really hard to nail. But like, I never felt a moment in the game where I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense at all. Everything, like all the decisions and all the dialogue and all the stuff that you say and all the, the lore and everything, like it all like made a lot of sense in, for the person who is talking or, whatever. It was great. It was really, really good.
Yeah. So go play it. I believe it's out on like pretty much everything. So, and it's not a full price game. I'm loading it up. That's why I'm talking slow. Right now it's $27 on Steam. I think it. What is there's like the deluxe edition. Does that come with? Oh, you get like a travel book, some wallpapers.
I was hoping you'd get a Bennett Foddy like commentary track.
That would be awesome. They sit him down and like
getting over it voice.
Have him record.
No.
I want it.
That's a no for me. No.
Yeah. So
if I never hear that guy's voice again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah.
No, I have a running like. There's a couple of people who I've either never met or barely know, like, and that I have like a fake rivalry with. And Bennett Foddy and Matt Mercer are those people.
Have you ever met Bennett Foddy?
No, I never have. No, I've met Matt, but I've never met.
What's he like?
He's like he's like this very short like man with just the smartest, kindest eyes. He's super friendly. He's like the kind of guy who would walk by you, just sitting there with an empty Coca-Cola bottle and put a hand on your shoulder and be like, "Hey, do you want another one?" Like that's Bennett Foddy. Like he's super smart. He's super kind. He's like this short, friendly figure. And then you play his games, you're like,
you're a monster.
Yeah, you might be evil.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the first question that I would ask him if we ever got to interview him or whatever, I'd be like, do you hate us? do you want us to play your games? Because it doesn't seem like you do, sir.
Yeah,
it's funny because he's a very smart man, and so he comes at this with a bit of an academic like twist to it. And I think what he's exploring in his work is the relationship we as creators have to our players. And normally, the rule of good game design is get the fuck out of the way. You know, if you can see the designer, we've messed up. And so Bennett was like, what if I lean the full opposite? What if I'm just in your face for the entire game? What kind of game do you make? When normally we don't go like, hey, we meant for this to fuck you over, and we meant for you to have to like, we don't say that. But Bennett literally programmed it back into his game, and in that way, I think getting over it is closer to like the Stanley Parable, which is very honest about what it is, but it also is explaining what it is, and it's kind of breaking the lie of the video game.
And instead of just trying to kind of elicit the emotion, it's kind of exploring the whole process of the emotion and like why it's there and what creates it.
Where the fuck was this discussion when I gave Getting Over It Game of the Year?
Rami wasn't here.
That's true.
And to be fair, JP, you gave it Game of the Year for all the wrong reasons.
Well, look, 2 wrong reasons make a right, Co. Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's how that goes.
That's how that makes sense.
Yep, that sounds legit.
Yep.
Hold on, hold on, Co. Let me ask my phone.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, phony.
Phony.
2 wrongs make a right.
It's 3 wrongs.
Oh, they do. They do. It's actually an equation. It's not. It's 2 wrongs, and then it's 5 wrongs, and then it jumps all the way to like 17 wrongs.
This is the Fibonacci sequence of wrongs.
It's exactly the weird fucking combo. I don't understand the math.
Yeah, I believe. Yep.
There was this moment in Nuclear Throne, which is a game I did back in 2015. That was a roguelike where yeah. I'm no longer at Vlambeer, so I don't have any material consequence of anybody buying or not buying that game. But in Nuclear Throne, when we were designing it, I remember when we were designing the final boss of that game, like the mainline final boss, it's this throne. It's the Nuclear Throne, and it turns into a giant spider. And so the way the room is created is it's the only room in the entire game that is designed. Everything else is roguelike. And it's just this long hallway with torches on the left and right, and then a carpet straight down the middle. And it's this kind of ominous room. And then at the end of the room is the throne with a skeleton on it. And so as you walk, the torches turn on as you pass them, because that's cool.
That's very Chrono Triggery.
And, right. And then when you get to the throne, you can't do anything unless you shoot the skeleton off the chair. So when you shoot the skeleton, because it's kind of the only verb you have in this game, when you shoot the skeleton, the room starts shaking, and then we shoot a giant green laser beam exactly over the carpet. And it's almost always an instant kill. Like, if you have a very particular set of like abilities, it might not be an instant kill, but almost always it will wipe you out entirely. And so the point of that is kind of to what Bennett was doing. We wanted to make it personal. So you get to the final boss, and you think you're all high and mighty, and you're going to do the final boss fight. And then before you get to start, we're like, you know what? Let's see if that was a fluke. Right? And so that's the whole point of that moment, is like, we intentionally make the level so that you stand in the middle. It's perfectly symmetrical. There's a red carpet. You're going to stand there. You're going to shoot the thing. It's going to shoot you back. And there's really nothing you could have done except no. Right? I still get hate mail about that moment.
For that moment.
But whenever I get hate mail about that moment, usually a week or 2 later, I get a follow-up email with like, fuck you, I beat it anyway.
There you go.
And that's getting over it to me. Is like that same sort of idea of like, okay, let's pop out behind the blinds and be like, oh, you think you're good? Let's see about that, huh? And then the victory is a little bit sweeter, I think. So it's just fun to see that exploration.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you could not troll the person who's made it to the final boss, or you could do that.
Yeah, but
I would be one of those fucking people. I would have found the developers, and I would have cursed your name on stream, and I've been like, this sucks, but you also suck.
Your face the moment it happened would have been prime streaming material.
That's content, you're right.
Yeah, that's content.
That's content, baby.
That's content.
Yeah, that's content.
No, if I'm being totally honest, it would have been 3 seconds of silence and then just gales of laughter,
Right.
because what a dick move that is.
It is 100% a dog. If anybody looks that up, like it is a brutal moment because it is a hard game. So
yeah.
Getting over it.
No, I was just playing oh my god, I was just playing a game. It's one of those anomaly games, but it's a parody of Exit 8, which got big popularity, and it's also becoming a movie apparently.
It is a movie, yeah. It was out in Japan.
Reviewing really well.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, it already is. Okay.
Yep.
I haven't watched it yet. But it's called Toilet 8. And it's a parody game of Exit 8. And instead of a subway station, you just go into a big bathroom. And it's the same concept though. You walk through it, you spot anomalies, you turn around, or you keep going. And one of them is there's a hole in the bathroom stall and it says, "Don't look here." And you're like, oh. And you go and look there, and it's just like game over. Yeah.
Exactly.
I deserve that.
Yeah, that's on you. That's on you for looking in that hole. Way to go.
It's another very fun. That's one of those development things. Is you can't tell a player something without them wanting to do the opposite. So you normally don't do that. You go like, forbidden to enter. So people will enter, because why would you put forbidden to enter there? Have you followed through? People somehow get very upset about it. It's very fun. It's very cool. It's a very weird part of our contract with the player. Like in Far Cry, where they're like, "Hey, just wait here."
Oh, yeah. At the start of the game.
You wait there, and that's the end of the game. You did it. You beat the game.
You get everything you want at the start, yeah.
You just listen to the antagonist.
Oh, shit. There was a game recently. Oh, my God. Co and I both played it. It was on an island. You could craft stuff. What was the name of it?
70% of video games.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to wait for the one where it narrows it down.
It's dark. It's horror. It's like a prison that got taken over, or like a prison that got taken over, or a facility that got taken over. You were out in sea, and you get a distress call, and you go over there. Recent.
Yeah. Oh, that was yes.
Total
I know what you're talking about. Total chaos. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
In total chaos.
That game was great.
You can speed run the game in 5 seconds.
Yep.
You get dropped off by your boat, and you're standing there, and there's the big island, and then you turn around, and I'm like, I wonder what happens. And you can run back to the boat, get on the boat, and leave, and then get in the credits roll. And you're like, speed run.
Nice.
Boom.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
Beat it. The other big game that came out this week. To jump topics real quick. Nioh 3. Co, you're playing it. I'm living through you with this game. You've become my morning routine. I wake up, turn Co on, and watch Nioh 3.
Oh, man.
That game just seems to never end.
I just got to like a new whole ass region after like what could have been the final boss.
Yeah. And it's also kind of got a little bit of a buzz, I would say, right now in the gaming sphere. Everyone's talking about it, playing it. I think their demo hit 1 million downloads. They announced.
Double the max of Nioh 2 on Steam as well.
Yeah, and it didn't even fully release until 2 days ago. We had like advanced early access for it, so we've been playing it all week. But yeah, how's old Nioh 3 treating you?
Nioh 3 is such an interesting like exploration in what you can do with a franchise. So we had Nioh 1 and 2, and they had a very fingerprinted identity. They were the action game that had key pulsing. They were the action game that had stance dancing. It was the more complex combo-y, tons of loot, mission-based game. That was Nioh 2. And Nioh 2 had a lot of success, but it never really was like super mainstream, I'd say. So then they didn't do Nioh 3, and they did this game called Rise of the Ronin. And Rise of the Ronin is a more historical take, and it had some new mechanics, but most importantly, it wasn't mission-based. It was this new kind of semi-open world experience, but it still felt kind of like Nioh, but it was not fanciful, and it never really took off. And honestly, it had a lot of its own issues as well. It was doing this weird kind of stance system that was independent from the character and stats, and me and a lot of people it was a little much with the weapons and everything else. It was just a little much. I tried it a few times, couldn't really get into it, but it was a cool concept. Enter Nioh 3. And Nioh 3 does two very distinct things that the Nioh franchise has not seen. First of all, we are now in a semi-open world format that offers these unlockable missions that you can kind of get throughout the game. So right there, the feel of this game, the main loop, is totally different. The story feels more cogent. There's now like things to clear around the map, enemy camps and like crucibles you can do. There's like loot and masters to seek out and find. You can track everything easily on the map. Never really feels like a chore, or at least hasn't so far, and I've nearly 100%ed everything. And it's really cool how well they integrated that. You can tell they learned a lot from Rise of the Ronin and kind of brought it over into the Nioh IP, and it really kind of, I feel, broadens it out in a lot of great ways. And then the second thing they did, and this completely blows my mind, they essentially changed how you can play the game. And what they've done is now when you start the game, you have samurai mode. Samurai mode has key pulsing. Samurai mode has stances for every weapon. It is a little more streamlined, but still offers all the complexity of your basic Nioh experience that you've gotten in 1 and 2. However, there is now ninja mode. And with the touch of the right trigger, your character instantly converts to a second character, the ninja. Its own independent inventory and stats, its own independent skill trees and skills, and its own independent even weapon types. So only certain weapons can be used between them. The ninja, however, is not a Nioh game. The ninja is a much more traditional ARPG. There is not the super reduced stamina pool with key pulsing. There is now a larger stamina pool that requires no key pulsing. You don't have a key pulse at all anymore. In fact, you now have an offensive dodge that you can use after any attack, which super helps with positioning. And then on top of that, there's no stances. So there's no more this kind of like combo complexity that a lot of people got turned off from Nioh with. Now there is this completely reusable ninjutsu system where every time you're in melee combat, and honestly, a lot of times when you're at range as well, you're constantly charging up these refillable ninja and magic techniques, Omnio, and it makes it so you're always spamming them, which is not something you could really do in previous games because they were very inventory based or having to like visit shrines between reuse based. So all of this combined, and to be clear, by the way, in classic Nioh sense, you can fully play the samurai if you want to. You can fully play the ninja, but there are skills, stats, and abilities that also encourage you switching between them at sometimes during combos. So you can be flowing between not only multiple weapon types in a class, but multiple kind of styles/classes, bouncing back and forth, getting different benefits and combos. Crazy stuff. Me, however, my playthrough is a ninja run. So I have been living in ninja only mode, and it has been a very, very cool experience. Much easier than base Nioh. It is a much more streamlined, much more straightforward ARPG design. So it is far more intuitive to play, and also the recharging magic is just crazy powerful. But yeah, man, I gotta say, like, Nioh 3 is not only a super more approachable version of Nioh from a mechanic standpoint, but also from a world standpoint, from like a general how you're interacting with the world standpoint. It is a crazy, crazy cool game design cacophony.
Yeah.
This show is costing me a lot of money.
Well, Nioh's, that's another big thing. I've had a lot of people talk about the fact that like this is a $70 game. And right now that's a big deal. Like that's an expensive game for a lot of folk. And so they've been really loving that demo. I think the fact that it's like an 8-hour demo, you get so much content out of that to begin with. By the time it's over, people are more than happy to fork over the money after they've
and the demo thing, that was so smart. I mean, they basically released 6 to 8 hours, the entire first region of the game, and then just said, oh, by the way, if you buy the game, just fire it up and you can just hit continue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's wonderful. Like, yeah. Oh man, that's so well done.
Yeah.
And it worked great.
Yes. Yeah, it does. It does. 70 USD, 80 euro. Yeah. Can't forget
price
that.
Is a little high.
Yeah,
that's the same.
Yeah, I gotta say, the price is a little high for the amount of assets they reuse. There's a lot of reuse in the game. There's like entire bosses from Nioh 2, entire enemy types, like not even changed, pixel for pixel, move for move, animation for animation. So there is, I will say that was a bit of a surprise. But you know, we live in the age of yeah, whatever that is.
I think you got a price for discounts. I think that's kind of what's happening right now. It sucks. I don't like it. I don't like any part of it, but I think that's what's happening. It's like everybody who wants to play it now is going to buy it for $70. Anybody who can afford it and wants to play it now is going to buy it for $70, and then everybody else is going to buy it when it's $49.
Yeah,
that's
during some sale or discount, or
exactly. In like a few weeks, it'll happen.
Wanted to make this clear for some people chat. They were saying they were watching me and the game looked too easy. You can play the entire game in samurai mode, and almost every single person will tell you it is far more difficult in samurai mode. It's more of a classic Nioh experience. You can get that from this game, no question, if you want to. Yep, it is.
Yeah,
I've been having fun in ninja mode. I'm new game plusing in samurai mode, so I'm actually going to go back in and just do pure samurai next round.
Nice. Yeah, my biggest to folks being like, oh yeah, code makes the game look really, really easy. Download the demo, go fight the first boss. It is a massive filter for players in that game. So much so that it started up that whole like conversation around difficulty options and all that stuff. Simply because of that first boss. Because it really does force you to like get good is ultimately what happens.
And for the record, I did that boss in ninja mode, 2-shot at it. Almost every single person that I've heard do samurai mode is like, it's like the Nioh 2 first boss. People got stuck in it for hours in some cases. One person I talked to didn't know you could switch to ninja mode. So he was just like banging his head against the wall. Yeah. So it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty big filter. But how many hours do you have in it right now? Because like I said, I was watching this morning and you unlocked a fucking brand new entire map and it felt like you've been on it for a week.
Somebody in my chat just said, I think it's about 35 hours so far. Jeez. And yeah, I just entered another large region.
Okay.
In an entirely new format.
Is that the fourth or fifth?
Third. There was 2 large semi-open world regions, and then there was like this story smaller one, and now I'm in the 3rd large one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's been hard this past week watching all my friends play through. There's a lot of co-op playthroughs of this as well. People are doing full and the game like has it's not like a summon thing in Dark Souls. I think is it called exploration mode or
there's a different mode for it. I haven't played too much with it because I'm fully solo.
Yeah, and I think the host is the one that has to interact for the quest. Expedition is the name of it. Thanks, chat. The host is the one that can interact, but I think the person that's playing with them also gets everything in their world when they finish a quest. And so if you like split off, I think you can continue where you left off in the co-op playthrough. So that's a good thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it seems like a well done way of doing that. I do think it does trivialize a lot of the fight or fights, I should say. But you're playing with a bud, so who cares?
I feel like that it's starting to sound like this is very intentional, that there are ways to make the game a lot more accessible if you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I would say so.
On the industry side, every time the difficulty conversation comes around, we go like, oh, fuck this again.
Yeah.
So, just seeing that we're getting to the point where we figured out how to offer a variety of experiences to different people, like in Cairn, like in Nioh. Kind of the theme throughout these games is like, here's a bunch of ways to play this game, get the same experience as somebody who's better at games than you, or who's worse at games than you, or has specific needs or wants or things that they like. Good. Finally, maybe we can stop having that fucking discussion at some point.
No, like I said, the first boss, it's all over the first boss. There's constant.
Yeah,
They really did a disservice with how many people are having issues with that first boss. But like Ko said, Ninja Mode does offer it. The big thing is that when you do damage, it refills your consumables, and that's
I kid you not.
Huge.
It's a different gameplay loop. Like it's to the point where, for me personally, I look at fights in different ways. Like you're playing in samurai mode, it's all about, okay, I know the opening combo I'm going to use. I know I have to watch my bars at these times for the key pulse. I know I need to switch into this stance and do this combo. With the ninja, it's just like, okay, throw a lot of bombs. Is he dead yet? No, throw some shurikens that explode. Is he dead yet? Okay, let's warp in and just hit him 1,000 times before he can even hit me. Cool. It's like a completely different game.
It was so funny to me because I played through the demo mostly samurai because that's just how I usually play, like big bonk, blah, blah, blah. And I got my ass beat a fairly consistent amount. And then I like watched Ko play, and I was watching Dat Mods play, and they're both playing Ninja. And like the fight starts, and they're just like, grenade, shuriken, fireball, grenade, shuriken, back pedal, grenade. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, fucking get in there and fight the guy.
Yep. And then wait for the perfect opening, the perfect window. Warp behind him, be hitting for like 900s in red, like, and then warp out. And because you did that, all of your consumables are now full again. And you start throwing them out.
You just keep doing it. It's so funny, man. I watched Dat Mods fought the I don't even know how to say it. The Blood Forsaken Demon Co. in the first area.
Oh yeah, the PvP guy.
He fought that guy at like level 15 or something, and just. He fought it for a long time, but he was playing his ninja and just throwing so much shit and running away constantly. And it worked. Yep. Like it was an effective strategy.
It's really, I honestly, go ahead.
Just got to get that last hit with the samurai so you can say that you beat everybody with samurai.
Yeah.
That last little tap.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it really feels like the ninja mode. I mean, especially with the balancing of the ninja mode, it really feels like that they were just like, you know what? You just want to have fun. Just tap that little shoulder button. Like, we're not even going to try to balance this. We're not even going to try to make this fair. Like, I at first, there was this part of me that was like, oh yeah, this needs to be nerfed and ninjutsu needs to come back, a lot slower. And it's crazy that some ninjutsus recharge other ninjutsus. So you can literally just spam range items and they're recharging each other.
Yeah.
And then it was like, but maybe that's exactly what they want. Maybe they were just tired of people being like, there's this barrier for us enjoying your game that we don't want to be there. And so they were like, okay, you know what? No more barrier. You want to play Nioh? Just tap it and play ninja mode. Anyone basically can play this game if they want to.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's real nice.
It's great.
That being said, as I'm getting towards the end of it, I'm looking forward to my samurai playthrough a little more and more.
Yeah. And then of course, like Rami said, the really good players, and Ko said this as well, they're playing both. And it makes the game looks like fucking Roblox. Like it's insane how good people are.
Even cooler, there's this passive system where you're constantly gaining points in these 3 containers, combo, and then ninja and samurai. And depending on what form you're in, the containers can hold passive skills. So you have like 20 points, and this passive skill's worth 7, that one's worth 5, that one's worth 2. And there are passive skills you can get between the classes that give bonuses directly after switching. So you can make these builds where you're constantly switching back and forth. And as you're switching back and forth, you're powering up like a blender, just going like higher and higher in these numbers. It's wild what they let you do. Yeah. I can't wait to see the really good Nioh players like really start utilizing the system.
For somebody who makes a lot of games that are considered fairly challenging, I actually don't like being too challenged in my games all that much 90% of the time. Like I have my evenings where I'm like, fuck it, let's play something really hard, and I'll play something really hard. But 90% of the time, I just kind of want to have a good time. It's why I skipped on Nioh. I've never gotten far into a Nioh game because I'm like, yeah, this is too sweaty for me. And now I spent $70 on Nioh. So thanks, y'all.
There you go. Appreciate Get influenced.
Appreciate you.
Also, somebody just mentioned that. And you can reset all of your stuff whenever you want.
Yes.
They were just like, oh, you want to change your whole build right now? Cool. Here you go. You want to do this window or the whole thing? Oh yeah, okay. Here, whatever you want. Like, it's great. It's great. Yeah. A lot of player agency in that game.
I could have tried the 8-hour demo, chat. That is correct. But I wouldn't be on this show if I didn't at least trust these guys' opinions quite a bit. So
I think what is the reward for doing the demo and beating that first boss? You do get something.
I want to say, yeah, it's not. I don't even know if I claimed it. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you do get something.
It's like a cosmetic helmet. Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, it's a helmet, and there's a full like transmog system in the game. So I think it's a cosmetic helmet.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you know how fucking annoying it is, by the way, to set up that system that allows you to take save data from a demo to a full game. It fucking sucks.
Well, it's probably a nightmare because it doesn't happen all that often.
it's horrifying.
Yeah. You know how you get around it, Rami?
Yeah,
just make the demo your entire freaking game. The demo's 60 gigabytes, by the way.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The demo's their entire game.
I'm I'm pretty sure. And what's hilarious about this is there were these reports after the first demo came out, and there was this quick patch, and the patch is like, you can no longer get around the demo restraints.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't strip the build.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, it was 80, not 60 apparently.
Oh, 80 gigs. I'm sorry, the demo was 80.
Yeah.
So that's I would assume that's a way around the demo saves carrying over, is that you already have the entire game, and then it's just here's a key.
Yeah,
the rest of it.
It's more than you should. Okay, this is too inside baseball, but they're separate products in the back end, and so getting info from one to the other breaks 1,000 sandboxing rules. So there's a million things you need to do to make that be allowed to pass that data from the one to the other.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. But let me ask you this though: if they're different versions, why would they make it 80 gigabytes?
No, that's the thing. Normally, when you do a demo, what you do is you build the demo, you put the content that's in the demo in there, and then you strip the build. We're not making separate games, right? It's just the same. It's the same code base,
right?
But then when you do the demo, you strip out all the stuff that is never used in the demo. It sounds like they just didn't do that.
That's what I was asking. Okay.
But then getting the save data, because the save data between the two games would normally be the same. It's just passing them from the one. So in the back end, it's called a product, an SKU. And so getting data from the one SKU to the other is a shit show. Like, just it's never fun because all the backend systems are awful. If you ever saw Nintendo's backend, like you would cry. It's actually all of them are horrifying, but Nintendo in particular is wonderfully outdated. They have a little chat box on most of their pages, so you can talk to somebody who can help you out. It's great.
Nice.
I love that.
Like a live chat, or is this like a message waiting system?
No, it's basically a little support system, but it basically works like a chat. So if you're like, listen, I don't know what anything on this page means, you just go like, hi, I don't know what anything on this page means, and then a friendly person from Nintendo will show up and be like, oh, well, you have to do this. It's great.
Fantastic.
I know. Okay, somebody in chat is saying it would be straightforward on PC. It's kind of straightforward on PC, but Steam's backend is also atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, if you've ever heard of itch.io, if you've downloaded games on itch.io, that's a great backend.
Yeah,
works flawlessly, very well made, clearly made by people who started doing this after having learned how shit Steam's backend was. Yeah, phenomenal. If you want to upload something, bloop, done, updated.
Well, and that's funny because like for the most part, Steam games are working and they're polished and stuff like that. And then itch is the front end is a mess. like all the almost to a game, every game I've ever tried to play on itch, almost all of them are broken in some capacity.
Right. Yeah. The games as opposed to the store itself. Yeah, the Steam store handles this with something called a shared depot, and you need to set it up and deal with all of the shenanigans. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, then you might accidentally delete everybody's cloud saves.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
We try to not fuck with that.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Not a big deal at all. So
at least you're not charging everybody else's PayPal.
Also true. Yeah. You could be Arc Knights. Also true. Could be a thing.
Did you hear about that, Rami?
No.
Oh.
Dude, they messed up their PayPal authorization token, and when everyone was syncing, everyone was making purchases on random other people's PayPals. So people would just open up their sync PayPal and see other people's charges on their account. Boom, boom, from random other people. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think it was live for like 12 hours or something.
Oh,
they shut it.
God.
It's fixed now as well, but it was bad. It was,
I
and it was tons of different currencies.
Overdrawn,
Yeah.
who freaked out and closed their accounts, who got on the phone freaking out with PayPal, I watch my PayPal religiously. What are these things? Changing my password, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, my chat's saying it was an hour, not whatever I said. But yeah, still bad.
10 minutes, it would be messed up.
Still bad. Still bad.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
So into my chat, it was probably vibe coded.
Fucking vibe coding, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was gonna. You know what's funny? I read that comment and I was like, I'm gonna say this because I bet Rami has some.
Gonna have a visceral reaction to it. He's just gonna turn into a pool of So sadness and rage.
So I do consultancy in the industry as well, right? And so part of my hours every week are helping game developers that are stuck with something, and that can be production, it can be development, it can be creative direction, sort of like figuring out the feel of the game and whatever it is. And it's a fun job. I get to see many things, and you can basically hire me in two ways. You can hire me ad hoc, so you just buy an hour of my time, or you can get me on a retainer and then you buy me for a longer period of time, right? And so um, I had a client the other day that booked 8 hours. And that normally never happens, because if somebody wants to book 8 hours, they just email me and say, "Hey, I want to book a day." Because my rates aren't like they're not expensive. They have to be indie friendly, but they're not cheap, right? And so normally people would want a discount. This person didn't. Hopped on the call, and this person basically went like, "Listen, I've always wanted to be a game developer." I'm like, that's a great start for this conversation.
But good.
But I've never had the skills, right? I've had a career for most of my life. I'm like in my 50s now, and I don't know how to make games. And I don't actually want to commercially make games. I don't want to make money with games. I just had this game idea, and I want to make it. I'm like, okay, so what are we gonna do? And this person went like, so I downloaded Godot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good start.
And I downloaded a vibe coding solution. I'm not going to name the one because fuck all of them, in my opinion. And so the plan was they would vibe code, but they would get stuck. And they tried a few times, but like every now and then you come across a problem where they just couldn't solve it. And so eventually they went, you know what? I just need somebody who has done this before to help me out. And so they just had me sit around for 8 hours and then tell them how to fix things when they got stuck.
Okay.
And it was wild.
Wow.
It was wild. It was also interesting because obviously I get to see how this software works. And I can tell you right now, if you're making something that only you are going to play, it works. It works. You're still going to need the help from somebody who's done this before, but you could make something. If this is anything you're going to put out in any way, shape, or form that touches anybody's personal data or hard drives or anything like that, please don't do it. Please don't do this. It's the amount of like code where I'm like, yeah, that'll work. It's a horrible way of doing it, and it might cause some issues later. Is like 70% of everything that thing wrote.
Jeez.
But then every now and then, it would do something, and I would just stare at it, and I'd be like, I'm out of a job. I'm like, this is fucked, right? Like, because this person was like, I want an inventory system. I want it to work. If you asked them, like, okay, I want to do Cairn's inventory system, it could probably do that. Would it be well implemented? No, but would it work? Yeah, it would work. Should you ship it? Absolutely not, because it might also, delete your hard drive. But it worked. So I'm just. It was one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
Did you have a camera on while this was happening so they could see your like face?
Yeah.
Free out. Oh, okay.
I was just working on. I was just writing I was writing code at the time they were vibe coding, so I was just working on a thing.
Oh, okay. So that you weren't like live reacting to the coding happening in front of you. Okay.
No. It's just whenever they got stuck, I would go like, okay, what's the problem? And they would run me through it, and then I would go like, hey, have you considered this?
Yeah.
I go like, well, wouldn't the AI pick that up? And I'm like, I think the AI is stupid, so probably not. And then usually that was exactly the issue.
Did you, by the end of it, was he like, maybe I shouldn't use AI?
Yeah. Was there any like moments of realization for the client?
Yeah. I think the thing is, it works well enough for his purposes.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
And so I think he was happy with the result, and I would be too if I had no ability to make a game whatsoever, no interest in making it commercial, and I didn't want to spend a shit ton of money hiring the people that could make it happen. I could see why you would go to something like this. Like, I don't have to like it, but sure. Like, yeah. I get it, I guess. But man, like it was weird watching this and going like, and this is what we're getting fired over. Jesus. Like really, this is what the CEOs go like. Listen, this is gonna do it. Did you see the Google stuff? What was it called? The what's it called? Projects.
You have to be specific these
Game
days.
Maker. Yeah, yeah. What did they had a specific name?
Genie
3.
Yeah, there you
Genie 3. Yep, Genie. A Google DeepMind AI research project.
I hadn't seen any of
this. The nice thing about research is it doesn't have to be good to do the research.
And everything I've seen on it is just like not a one-to-one ripoff of other games, but it's very, very close. Like everything is like, look what I made in an hour with Genie or whatever. It's like, oh, that is Silent Hill. That is Nioh. That is
Expedition 33. That was going around the internet. There was an E33 remake in Genie, and it was so scuffed, dude. It was so like, oh man, it was not great. It was not great. Yeah, it loses all of its soul. Yeah.
I still don't get it. Like AI would be so good at being a CEO. Let's just replace them.
That's always been the.
I love that. I love that idea
for it. I'm actually I'm curious on your take for. So where wins meet? I'm sure you've heard of this game, right, Rami?
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing a sponsor for them yesterday. I've done many sponsors for them. And the newest thing they just put in the game is this mode called Spotlight Mode. And what Spotlight Mode is essentially the TikTokification of the game within the game. So you take a video of yourself doing something, moving, right? And then it takes that video and applies your movement to your character in the game. And it was working like instantly. And it was fucking weird. There's no other like
what are we talking?
I will show you. I didn't have the clip up prepared.
No, I just need
right
some
away.
math. I just need some mathematical stats here. What was the TTP on the system?
Well, I did a particular dance called what I call the El Presidente.
Oh no.
And
I hate everything about how this sounds.
Let's
I have no idea what's happening.
Big same, Rami. Big same.
Let's just say it was very quick.
That's what no.
Okay. So I don't want to jump scare anyone, but there's about to be a full screen image of me. Here's the original video of me doing the El Presidente.
This is literally called double dicking.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, the clip is called double dicking.
And here's the game after applying the video.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This has to be in the TOS somewhere, dude.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Oh no.
No. And here's the thing. We're going to be very real here. That's tame, I'm sure, compared to some of the stuff in that game right now.
Oh, like, dude,
I can only imagine.
Honestly,
I can only imagine.
I was searching by like most played, so maybe if you get really down in the weeds on some of that stuff, you can find some crazy shit. But like, well, this is all the different like stuff.
Now they probably
like, look how this is crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, look at this shit.
Like people are just taking different like K-pop dances and applying it to the character.
I wonder how many people are just recording like their favorite K-pop people.
Yeah, I mean it's wild to watch it with like it doesn't look like, I was trying to describe it yesterday. It doesn't look like it's animated. It looks like motion captured.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy that that's in the game. But they're very. This is just crazy. They're very upfront with it being like, yeah, this is all like AI. So like, what's your take on this, Riley? Give me a window into the brain.
I'm more on like the Goldblum, like they didn't think about whether they should, like they were so preoccupied with whether they could that they never thought about whether they should. But,
yeah.
This is that weird thing. Like if AI is good at okay, generative AI is one part of machine learning, right? And then another part of machine learning is sort of like processing data. This is processing data. It's processing the motion capture in the video based on an expected set and then mapping it to another thing. And so this is actually something that machine learning is really good at.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think to a degree, is a fine use of the technology. It's not. This is not what we're talking about when we're talking about AI. And I think one of the bad things about the discussion is that we've sort of like dropped AI to be this big, like the entirety of the technology is like all wrapped together into this one big thing. I think when we're talking about generative AI, usually what we're talking about is this idea of like creating content,
Yeah,
in a way that cuts out people entirely, right? And so this is an example of the kind of work that people could not do this work. You can't take every video that comes in and then do mocap, and the quality of this won't be as good as somebody doing mocap, right? Like we all have to accept that, and I think everybody does accept that. So
this is the kind of system that wouldn't exist without AI. Like
yeah,
it's not like
without machine learning or
exactly.
machine vision. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without the form of AI we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in this case is just significantly faster and more advanced processing of images into animations.
Yeah. Yeah. And this game uses a ton of different AI. Like it's got AI NPCs where you can have full-on conversations with them. It's got
that seems like a terrible idea.
Well, yeah, it's very easily broken, but it's also kind of like it's a little odd. Because the best way, Rami, to complete it fast, right? Like the way to gamer it is to just take the last word of their sentences and put a question mark at it. If you do that enough times, it like solves the system very quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just the Solid Snake way of speaking.
Yes.
Like a surveillance camera.
Yeah. Cool.
I
think a good chunk of the voice work in this game is also AI. There's a lot that is AI related, but it's also it's a strange game. Strange game.
I really would love, Rami, if you could, because as it is now, I do indie days, and I just got done doing an indie week, and just to avoid any sort of argument or whatever, it's so exhausting just talking about AI. Anything that is disclosed AI on Steam, I'm just like, nope, we got plenty of other games we can look at that don't have this or whatever. And the thing I want from you, Rami, is a morally okay AI list of things that I can feel okay like with
consuming.
And go like, nope, Rami said that was cool. We can play this game.
Right.
As it is now, I'm just going like, if it mentions AI, I'm just like, nah.
I mean,
it's not.
I think
I'm not
generally
willing to have the argument whether it's like that sounds good, that sounds fine. You know, I don't want that. I just it's my show. My stream runs too fast for me to like sit and debate it every fucking time it comes up, because it comes up a lot.
Right. I think ultimately, like your approach is correct. Like just shoot it, because it's also, I think that's not what your stream is about, right? Like you play games that are made by people because that there might be something weird or interesting there, and I think that you can't get that with AI as part of the process, or if it is diminished to some degree, right? And so kind of like with these dances, yeah, these are people expressing, right? That's cool. But the way they end up in the game, they're missing a lot of like little nuances and opportunities that somebody that was rigging would probably have put in. Somebody that would have animated would have probably put in, right? And so they work, but they also have a little bit of lifelessness, and they can manage to mask that by putting a lot of cloth simulation on top of it, so it looks nice and swirly, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's a large part of why this works, is because it's covered with swirly, right?
No, and a lot of it is just like the disclosure says, like, we used AI to make the paintings on the walls in the background. Like, that's it.
Right.
That's all we used AI for. That's their disclosure. And shit like that, I'm just like, ugh, that seems fine to me, but I'm not going to play it because it just says AI. So
yeah, I would agree with that, because like, to me, the stuff on the wall in the background is important. Like, when I make a game, the stuff on the wall in the background is important. That's part of what I make. Like, I started on a prototype the other day that I might at some point turn into a thing, right? Like, I don't know, but like, basically what happened a few months ago, I was in Rotterdam city in the Netherlands, and I was there for an event, and I parked my car in a garage. And then when I came back, I couldn't find my car. And I was annoyed, right? Like, I was walking through this garage trying to find my car, and I was sure it was on the 3rd floor, and I was on the 3rd floor, but the car just wasn't there. And so I was starting to panic a little bit. Like, in the end, it turned out that this garage was one of those double helix ones where there's like a path up and a path down, and they loop around each other and they never intersect. So my car was on 3 on the way down, and I was walking on 3 on the way up. Like, long story. No way for me to know. So I was panicking, and I remember at some point I was like, had gone up to the 4th, and then back down to the 2nd, and then up to the 4th again, and then up to the 5th, and I'm like, something must be messed up here, right? And so at some point I had this very distinct thought of like, I think this garage hates me. And then on my way back, I was like, you know what? I should make a game about finding your car in a garage that hates you, right? Like, I should just fuck around with this and see if I can make that. So I started prototyping that. But then, as you're prototyping, and it will be so easy to say, okay, you know what? Let's have a generated wall of stuff here. But like, as I'm building it and I'm making the wall and I'm thinking about the wall and I'm thinking, okay, how I want the wall to look and what do I want? Like, I'm coming up with puzzle ideas. I'm coming up with like cool things I can put in the wall. And that's just, I think AI allows you to skip so much of the thinky part of making a video game that you end up just missing. You miss the soul of it. Like, you miss the object. People say like, oh yeah, we do concept art with AI. I'm like, why? Isn't that the part where the coolest shit happens? You start concepting your jetpack cat, and you're like, it would be kind of ridiculous if this guy could carry this guy. It's like, that would be cool. Can somebody draw that? And that, so much of, I think, the cool shit of making video games happens in those in betweens. So to me, the idea that we're cutting that out is terrifying. Let alone the idea that people never get trained at their job from like junior positions upwards because we're replacing juniors with computers. Like, it's a shame, and it's I think that's why, for me, I have that very same attitude in general. Like, if I know there's AI in something, I'll skip it. I'm good.
There's a scene that just popped into my head from Good Will Hunting, that Matt Damon movie, and he's talking to Minnie Driver, and he goes, he wants to take her out on a date, and she's like, I have homework to do. She's at Harvard, so she has like, this really highfalutin homework, whatever. And he's a super genius, and he walks out, does it on a napkin, brings it back, and he goes, now we can go on a date. She goes, I have to learn this. Like, and that's what AI does for you. It skips that process.
Yep.
Can also make really cool TikTok dances, though, guys.
You can also do that too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, the machine vision thing that they're using there, that's deployed in a way where whatever they're doing would not have been possible any other way, and I don't think it comes at the expense of any animator or anybody
It's
at the
not-
company. Like, it just
It's
doesn't.
not really feasible to do with people. Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't hire a fleet of animators to be ready to receive these videos and then quickly animate. Like, it's just,
Now, do I like that they're burning down a quarter of the Amazon forest to power our TikTok dances? No. So I'm still not going to use it. But from a from a like what AI is perspective, I think this is not particularly the thing we tend to be talking about.
Yeah.
So I still hate it, but cool dances.
Very cool dances.
There is one question people talk about the bubble. Like, how long? Like, can you predict?
Yes, Rami, be a soothsayer for us and let us know when we can all sell our Nvidia stock.
Yeah, great. I don't know. I'll be honest.
I'm not saying I have money riding on it, but I have money riding on it. So if you could just let me
my Kalshi fucking portfolio.
So here's the thing. I think the biggest problem of this technology is training data, right? If you look at it just purely objective, like sort of level, it's like, how do you train this AI with data? And I think so far, every time they've run into the wall of like, there's no more data, they've switched to another medium. So we started with text, and so we could generate text, and then they absorbed every text on the internet.
Yeah.
And then we were out of data. And so they said, okay, how about we do images? And so they did images, and then they did all the images, and then they absorbed all the internet. And then they ran out of data. So they went to video. And then they went to music, or to music first and then to video, or both at the same time. And now they've come to games, right? The problem is you can't load a game because games are not on the internet. Games can be recorded in video, but you can't load a game that way, right? So we're getting to that point where I don't think there's more left. Like we've everything has been absorbed. And so now the AI is starting to train on its own output, and we have plenty of research that says that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so
that's going to be copy of a copy of a copy kind of a thing.
Right. And so something that I found very interesting about this is the way this is likely to go, and we're starting to see some of the first moves towards that, is the value of creative works going down because of AI. And that means that my job as a creative, but also your job as a streamer, is now competing with computers, right? That are trying to do the same job we are. And the reality of that is they're going to need more training data. So if we get priced out of doing our job, then there's no more training data. And so ultimately, the only way that resolves is if they end up hiring us to make their training data. I'd like a fraction of what we would earn if we did it ourselves, right? And so
we get to train our replacements. Awesome. Yay.
But that's what's happening across the board.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like people end up having to train their replacement. And so the race that's happening is, can they get AI to fix all of the inherent issues of having need training data, having to have these data centers, before we all realize that the only way this is going to be sustainable is if everybody's all expenses for labor become AI expenses. So instead of paying salary to people, we're going to pay approximately the same salary to a computer. Because that's how this is going to go. None of these companies are sitting there going like, oh, you know what? We're going to make labor so much cheaper. It's going to be great. The people can pay only 10% of their costs to a computer. No, fuck no. They're going to price everybody who's doing the work out, and then immediately go, and now we charge you full salary rates for AI access, right? And so we're already seeing a little bit of that, where like AI companies went from like, it's free, to like, it's we need a little money, to like, okay, you know what? By now, nobody knows how to write a fucking email anymore. So if you want email, pay 50 euros a month.
Yeah.
It's like, to manage email? Yeah, because now you're getting 70,000 emails that are written by AI. So you need an AI to deal with all the AI. And so it's this weird, the bubble is not it's a race. Can they fix all this inherent shit before they run out of money? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing is utterly
What was the big statistic that came out recently, and how many of these data centers are like massively financed, and like all of them have so little capital at this point compared to how much money that they have for these data centers? And it's like, if they don't work out, Just all that hardware, all that land, all those like, oh my god, dude. It's going to be
and then the data centers that are built don't have enough electricity to slot in all the graphics cards. Like they're like racing.
They're diverting water. They're like ruining towns to get the water they need to run these things. Like it's actual insanity.
Yeah.
So, what
Man,
if the technology is good or not?
Cheap.
If anybody's still going to be making video cards.
Yeah,
why would they? It's not where the money is.
Well, there was was it Friday or maybe Thursday? NVIDIA basically soft confirmed that like there's no new 6000 series cards till 2027, I think, at the earliest, or something like that. And that production is slowed on the current cards, and so
it's like watching somebody go all in on a poker bet, but they're betting your house. It's like, what? Y'all stop. Can we?
Yeah,
but it's not just my house; it's everybody's house.
Can we just please go back to talking about dumb video games?
But the good thing is we do get to see JP do a double dicking dance and see that in the game.
That's true. It's very true.
There is an upside.
There's always a silver lining.
It was pretty cool.
It was good. Anyway, that's my opinion on AI. Let's move on, because this is also every summit, every
I know
every conference. Yeah. It's like okay. One final one. I was.
He wants to put it away. He's like, I'm going to put an end to this conversation.
Rami, don't worry.
This last thing.
People are going to have an AI watch the show and summarize all this for them. So
I'm so fucked.
Yeah.
I was. So, have you ever heard of the Chatham House rules?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I wouldn't know what it is exactly.
So when you go to an executive summit or a place where people talk openly about business, there's a rule system called the Chatham House rules. And Chatham House rules are effectively, you can speak about anything that's spoken here, but you cannot attribute it to anybody, right? And so I can talk about this. I met some people who have a game studio that fired everybody, and the whole studio runs on AI. Like the whole thing. This is a game that is active.
The different roles?
Just agents, right? And this was a company of about 26 people. They run a small game that is currently active, and they fired everybody. And that game is still in. That game still runs.
The game is still making money and running.
It is still live. It is still running. It is still working. The way a room of executives responds to that news is one of the most horrifying things I've seen in my life.
Now, did they turn into the vultures right in front of you? Was it like an Animorphs thing, or like what?
It's just a room full of Skeksis.
It was like the creatures from Dark Crystal. Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
It was staggering. And like, I am always a bit of an odd one in those rooms because I am not an executive. I'm an indie that ran a studio that was successful, that helps people, right? Like. But because I was in the right place at the right time throughout my career, I get invited to those rooms very often. So very often I'm the person in the room who's like, is that fucked? And then I don't necessarily always get invited again, right? But I think the thing that was scary to me about it is it works to that degree that that's exactly it.
That's the CEO's heads turning and finally listening.
As he's listening to the person. I'm sorry, how many people did you fire? What was it? 26.
Yeah. I think you're breaking Chatham House rules here. That is live footage from that. That's but that's the thing, right? Like I think when you think about this, we're looking at this from, the perspective of art, from the perspective of fun, from the perspective of people, and they're just, so many of them are not. So many of them are just like, oh, less money, but we can still charge people the same thing. Like none of these games are gonna be cheaper because they used AI.
Rami, like, serious question here. Are they really to the point where those two guys are making, like, an actual viable product with all of those agents? Or are they just realistically spending all their time fixing the mistakes of all of them? Like, what point is that actually up to
now? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to refresh this screen because you sounded like a robot, which means probably I sound like a robot. And then I'll give you an answer.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Oh, he just full froze at the end of that.
You refreshed. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Less robot-y.
Hi.
Are we good? You were fine, by the way. You sounded fine.
Oh,
you sounded fine.
All right. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the
they're coming. They're flying.
No, so the way this worked is the game was already launched, and without anybody noticing, they basically fired everybody and switched to AI. And because there was already a structure, the AI is doing an okay job. But the game is effectively in
what we would basically
what we in games would call maintenance mode, as in it is live. There are people playing, so there needs to be content, and because there's enough existing content,
I was wondering if we were at the point where these guys actually brought in 26 agents and continued growth and continued adding to the product, and people didn't realize it, because that'd be horrifying.
Yeah, so it's kind of that, but people are realizing. I've kept an eye on this game, so there's I can't say as to when that shift happened, but at some point people started to realize, and I think they're starting to get to the point where they're in trouble now. But it is the kind of thing where I'm like, for a while you could probably trick people with this if you have enough of the game already built, and that's scary. But the thing that really scares me is the response to it. Nobody was like, "Oh, that's horrifying." Everybody was like, "Tell us more."
No, I have a question related to that, and it doesn't come from me. It comes from the immortal John Connor. For you, Rami, I have a question. We're not going to make it, are we? People, I mean.
I mean, I have to be an optimist in I think this is something that when I did my Giant Bomb Game of the Year list for 2025, I think this is sort of like the sentiment that I have mostly about the world. It's like everything is kind of fucked, but it's been kind of fucked before, and every time we've kind of figured our shit out. And whether that's games or world or anything, we'll it won't necessarily be easy, but I don't think this AI thing is going to last. I think we're going to figure out at some point that there are things that it's good at. We're going to figure out that there are things that we can do with it that otherwise wouldn't have been possible. And I think we're going to figure out that this whole idea of replacing art with computers is not where that is. Whether these races, because this is effectively what it is just social media all over again, whether it's going to fuck up a whole lot of the world on the way there, yeah, probably. That's the disappointing part of being a game developer, is you look at the world in systems and you look at the system and it's pretty fucked right now. We'll see when people start pushing back. They'll start it'll happen. I don't know how, but it'll make for a damn good story a few generations from now. I think.
I really like that take, but how do you reconcile that with the fact that we're not going to be able to identify what's real and not real in the very near future to any meaningful degree?
I think just the same way they do it in movies where this happens. Like, you stop relying on anything you see on computers, on screens, on like anything that you don't see in real life, you can't trust. And I think that's what we're already seeing, right? Like, does anybody still trust the news?
I think we're still in the societal transitional period where it's like it's setting in, but like I do wonder when it has actually set in a society, like how that world is going to be very different.
I think once the generation that didn't grow up with internet, is they get old and they pass on and stuff like that. I think once that happens, then it's everybody's going to be like, no. I didn't see that with my own eyes. I didn't hear it with my own ears. Like, not real.
I will not. And I mean, I do this mental exercise. I've done this for most of my life. I have no idea where it came from, but I do this thing where every now and then I imagine everything just stopped now. right? Like a gamma ray burst, everything that's alive on Earth gets evaporated in like a fraction of a second. Like we don't even notice, right? And then 40,000 years from now, aliens find Earth and they send a bunch of xenoarchaeologists and they research our shit. I'm like, how fucking embarrassed would I be? And that's my way of evaluating what the state of Earth is right now. Right now,
Wow.
I'd be fucking embarrassed. I would be so fucking embarrassed.
Yep. Good time for that. Good time for that. Yep.
I love that the internet had it so like in 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 with implants years at JP's funeral. It's going to be going through like the clips of his life. It's going to come up to him. JP liked to have fun. John Paul was known for goofs.
And then my response from the grave will be, that was a fake AI video.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Never happened.
It wasn't real. Didn't happen.
Wasn't there. Didn't see it with my own eyes.
Was not on stream. Did not translate to a Where Winds Meet character.
Was not real. Was not real at all.
It would be amazing if now you reveal that video was actually AI.
No, I wish I was that smart.
Okay.
I really wish I was that good. Yeah.
That would have like you could have even done like the glasses ripoff.
Yeah.
That, like, reveal. Oh man.
Yeah. That would have been 10 out of 10. Yeah. That was the actual sponsor. And this whole thing's just AI. Rip away the green screen. Yeah.
My position remains fuck all AI. I don't want it in my video games.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at as well. But I'm not as like fuck AI. I'm more like I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired. Like
I'm tired, boss.
I've been doing this for 12 fucking years. I'd just rather not have an argument and just skip it, you know?
Yeah.
Let's go back to talking about difficulty.
That's true.
There you go. Yeah. Let's talk about difficulty sliders in our Souls game.
Well, that's why the whole like when I was like, yeah, I got rid of like Twitter and social media and shit. It's because the comments were always the interesting thing, right? Like reading people's commentary on something is why I found social media in general to be fascinating. Yeah. Now all that shit's just fucking bots. It's just bots talking to other bots. And the second that I like realized that, I was like, why do I care what this bot has to say to this bot who's programmed to be slightly racist to this bot who's going to grandstand on something. I was just like, I'm fucking good. I'm good. I 100% believe in like the dead internet theorem is fully there and that we're, existing. As long as those view bots keep coming to my stream, I'm good, No,
as long as I know it still has a modicum of that, but like I stick to my following, like who I'm following. Like I know their people. I'm following them. I see their posts and stuff like that. And then when I want to step into Bot Wonderland, then I go to For You.
Yeah.
Oh, for me. All right. Let's see some big titted furries. Let's go. Woo! That's for me, I guess.
Jeez. Yeah.
I mean, the AI thing isn't that developed yet, but algorithmic preferences have been long developed and proven. So I guess the For You must be pointing at something there.
Yeah, that's very true.
No, I try to shape the algorithm, and it's like, nope, big titted furries again. I'm like, God damn, dude. I've said I do not want to see this. I do not like this. Or like, nah, dude, you like this? And I'm like, okay, maybe there's a little part of me that likes it, but I have physically said I don't want to see more posts like this, and you keep giving them to me. You're a drug dealer. You're a goddamn drug dealer.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I know you like this. Like, you're right, I do, but I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, there you go. Rami, I'm curious, by the way, this is a complete random tangent, but it's going to get us away from the AI conversation.
Thank you.
Did you ever make a fishing? I know your fishing game in the past, but it was 2D.
Ridiculous fishing.
Did you ever make a 3D version of that?
We made a sequel for Apple Arcade called Ridiculous Fishing EX, which uses 3D assets. But we were at some point in conversation to do a VR version of it. But we didn't get the funding, so we didn't do it.
Got it. Okay. I played this game 2 weeks ago. Fish hunters, something or other. It's essentially ridiculous fishing. Like, you fish.
You grab guns?
Just give it a second. Give it about 5 more seconds. And you'll see how I actually catch this fish when I bring out my AK, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's kind of, ridiculous fishing in 3D. They have full map and everything like that. The unfortunate thing is that we played it. It's co-op. It's pretty early access right now.
Right.
But we played it in co-op, and it starts bringing in. Did you guys ever do turrets? I'm not super familiar with.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, so they have like turrets on the side. They have little gnomes that will fish, and so then as you start like bringing more and more things into the mix, it really starts to just like destroy the FPS because the game can't function. There's just too much.
Yeah, that seems fine. They'll fix that.
Yeah. But I was just curious because like this, I didn't realize that I was playing Ridiculous Fishing 3D until chat told me that you're playing Ridiculous Fishing 3D.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like they seem to have, like, so the conceit behind Ridiculous Fishing was that there was 3 phases back to back. There was a descend, an ascend, and then a shoot, right? And so you would descend, you would dodge fish on the way down, and the further down you got, the more fish you could catch back on the way up. So if you touched a fish on the way down, the hook would start going back up. And so the better you got at dodging fish on the way down, the more fish you could actually catch on the way back up. And the better you did on the way back up, the more fish would be in the sky. More fish were in the sky, the more fish you could shoot. The more fish you shoot, the more stuff you could buy. The more stuff you could buy, the deeper you can get. And so it was this little infinite loop. And I think they're leaning into that pretty well here. Like if I was going to make a game that was like vaguely inspired by a weird memory of a mobile game about shooting fish with machine guns, if this is inspired by Ridiculous Fishing, I would say they did a really good job of getting that like sense of satisfactory like shooting at the end of the loop. Because I think for the end of that sequence, we always thought of it as a bit of a party. Right, like there wasn't much to prove at that point in the game. So you've already done everything. Now you just get to shoot things, and I'm seeing that here. Yeah, I'm just not sure where the fishing has gone by this point in the game. So
it's all automated, right? So like we just kept adding more and more. Then the game eventually just like got down to single digit FPS because there was, too much. I guess that's going on.
Not the worst place to go for early in development. Like this feels to me like a prototype, and imagine this at full frame rate. I think you would enjoy that.
Yeah. It was weird too because so I have like 5090, all that stuff, blah blah. So in my mind, I thought that the game should run fairly well, being that I have that PC. But another person who I think Faye's on a 3080 is what she said.
Yeah.
She would join and it would be fine and start at like 40 or 50 FPS. And then over time it would just get worse and worse. So there's something that they're just like not getting rid of. Yeah. Or there's a memory leak or something.
Yeah, that's a memory leak.
But yeah, if this was like fully, realized at a proper FPS, I'd probably still, see those numbers going up.
I think this is cool. I think this is cool shit. I'd play it. Like I've never really had objections to people being inspired by like Enter the Gungeon was very Nuclear Throne, like that kind of like I love it when people take stuff that I've worked on and then do something cool with it. So if this was inspired, that'd be pretty awesome. If they came up with it with their own, I don't know what they've been up to, but like that's a fucking weird idea. How the fuck do you come up with that? That's fucked up, yo.
Yeah.
Game dev is iterative.
That's true. That's true. I think there are unlockable like rocket launchers and stuff. So it's more than just this type of gun. But
I'm into
it. It was fairly simple. It got like 5 or 6 hours out of me, and I figured I would show it to you. Just because of your relationship with the game.
Yeah,
it's a weird one. So it's also like $5 or $6. Yeah,
I love that it's telling you that you're getting crit shots. Like it's tracking whether you're getting headshots on these fish.
Probably why the FPS is dropping.
That's fucking phenomenal. Like, why the fuck would you look for headshots on these fish?
Yeah.
Besides that, it looks cool. I'm into it.
It does look really cool. You get to see a lot of pop-ups and damage and stuff like that. Cool. That's kind of the big releases of the past. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I played. Zeke, I know you did Indie Week. Any big stuff from Indie Week?
Oh yeah, there's a quite a few gems, a lot of turds, but that's when you allow whatever, like I look at stuff in a lens like, okay, this is gonna be shitty, but is it good content, fun shitty? There was a lot of that. There was a lot, and some of them were just straight dog shit. But we had some good games come out of it. There was a few that I want to highlight that we don't need. You don't need video clips for most of these. But Wicked Seed was a fun game. Our I think a mutual friend Lobos Jr. did a voice in that. But it's a cool like RE Resident Evil kind of a game that has like a kind of a neat mechanic, battle mechanic, where once you get noticed by a monster, like you get locked into this like walls appear, kind of like Bayonetta, like the walls appear around the battle arena. And it's not turn-based per se, but it's kind of a neat idea where you're locked in a battle and it's not difficult to move. It's a little slower paced, but you have to like time your attacks at different times to get optimal like damage and that kind of stuff. Also, you play as a hot chick that has 50 different outfits in the game, which is like, that's a nice plus for gooners. What else? I played The Dark Rites of Arkham, which is a pixel point and click game, but it's set in what is it set in? Like the 1940s, I want to say, I think. And it's just it's a really intriguing story about the occult and about it has a relationship to the Salem witch trials and stuff like that. If you like point and clicks and you like that era, it's cool. It's very dark noir. Earth Must Die was another point and click game that is hand drawn and hand animated, and it's by Size 5 Games. It's the main character is this evil guy who took over, swindled the kingdom out of his dad and brother's hands. His dad was dying, and he tricked his brothers to fighting each other. And now he's this evil guy who is the leader of this planet. And he sounds like fucking Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows. If you ever watch that show, he has that accent, whatever that accent is. He has that, and it's fucking hilarious. It's very well done. It's all like cartoony, hand drawn. It's good stuff. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Toonstruck, but yeah, really fun. Another game that really surprised me, that I was like, oh, this is a kid's game. But man, it is a kid's game, but it's also extremely well done 3D platforming movement. It's called Big Hops. And you play as a frog. But it's
checks out, yeah.
Man, you remember playing like Mario 64 for the first time? You're like, oh my God, you can move anywhere, you can jump, you can do like the very, very coded, very Mario coded. And it's very, very good. Like, it is very elementary in the dialogue and like, oh, my sister, what am I going to do? But it's the gameplay of it is so good that you kind of forget that it's like, geared towards kids. But yeah, I thought it had a lot of merit. And if you like 3D platforming games, it's very, very well done. As you might imagine, there's like, dash jumps and tongue swing. Like you put out your frog tongue and you swing on stuff. But like the level design is also very conducive to like, you feel good, you feel very satisfied after you like conquer a obstacle or a place with a bunch of obstacles. Very good. Big Hops was the name of that one. Confidential Killings. I played the demo of this, but it's a murder mystery game where you solve murder mysteries like modular murder mysteries. It's very much like Golden Idol. If you have played the Golden Idol games, it's a lot like that with a little bit more realistic looking cartoon characters in it. Like Golden Idol was very stylized, very like Adult Swim, Cartoon Network. Like they drew it that way specifically because someone draws this stuff like this. This one looks a little bit more realistic. And you do these murder mysteries. I think it takes place in like, I want to say like the 70s ish, 70s or late 70s, early 80s. That's the kind of aesthetic with it. But it's one of those games where you talk to like you talk to like the witnesses of a crime, and they just have one bubble of dialogue, and you like take the word and it puts it into your journal, and then you find all like 50 words throughout the scene, whether you're looking at the crime scene or you're looking at a painting on the wall, and then you take all those 50 words. And then it has like blank did blank with a blank because blank this blank, and you have to like plug it all in. Kind of like Duck Detective does this too. Very good. And I played through like 3 or 4 of the crimes, and it was really fun. And it zips along too. It doesn't take a ton of brain power, and you can brute force it if you want, but figuring it out it has a very satisfying loop. One I wanted to discuss with you, Rami. Weird RPG 2. Did you ever play Weird RPG 1 or heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird RPG 2. I haven't played the first one, but I played the second one. They're like, oh yeah, it's a continuation of the first one, and it sets you up as like a Sekiro or like a Dark Souls, like kind of a game where you're third person action game, but then they throw these weird fucking like power ups at you. Like you wouldn't like looking at the game, you wouldn't think like, oh, this isn't weird at all. But then you get like a gun, like an actual like modern day gun in this like, fantasy sword and sorcery era. And how you shoot the gun is you talk into the microphone. So anything you say, you go blap, 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 beep, blap, 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 and the gun goes because it senses your mic. So every time you want, like if you're fighting somebody and you want the gun to constantly shoot, which you do, you're fighting the guy and you're going, fuck, get him. So you're just saying gibberish so this gun keeps firing.
Right.
Not only that though, there are weapons that check your computer processor, your GPU. Like they check all that shit. And it goes, all right, the higher end of processors you have, or what is it in a CPU, it's a 32.
Oh.
No, not megahertz, but it's like that.
Cores.
Something like cores. There you go. That's what it was. Yeah. Like cores. It checks how many cores your CPU has, and it says, okay, you have 32 cores. Guess what? You can have 32 little orbs that you fire out every time. So it actually checks your hardware to affect the power-ups in the game.
Or debuffs them, which is also great, by the way.
One of the items was, the shittier your computer, the better the power-up is. So it was like, you're running a 5080, you get a 10% buff. If you're running a 30 series, you get a 50% buff. Like, it does that. It's fucking hilarious. So it's actually, like, it sometimes it benefits you for having a high-end or a low-end computer or, build. And it's great. And it's hilarious because I was just playing through the game. I got the gun really early on. So every battle, I'm like, snake guy, kill him, shoot, kill snake guy, get him. Because the gun guy keeps firing and shit. It is challenging. It was like you come up against some challenging enemies. But you do eventually get a God mode. And that's what they call it. They call it God mode. And you whip out a AK-47 and it auto targets and you shoot for about 5 seconds. You're a God for about 5 seconds. So like most bosses, you start off with God mode, you get them down about 25% health, and then you have to beat them the rest of the way normally. But yeah, it is a weird RPG, and I just love the implementation. I love it when games break the fourth wall to do stuff, whether it's they check your hard drive, or you have to go onto like an external website, or you have to check inside the game files. There's something in there you have to see. Like I love that shit. I'm a sucker for that fourth wall stuff. Yeah. That's Weird RPG 2. A straightforward weird ass game. Oh, go ahead.
It seems to be doing better than Weird RPG 1. Like it seemed like the response was good to this one. So I'm excited.
I was surprised. I thought it was going to be like from the screenshots and from the trailer. I was like, this is going to be jank. It's not jank. It's just it's just very weird.
It's weird. It does as it says on the box. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. The next one is just a straight up weird game called Umigari. And
I saw a lot of
fisherman.
people playing that this week. Yeah, that's from like a known dev or something, right?
Chilla's art.
Yeah, he's like a big YouTuber.
Chilla Games
thing.
are a thing.
Yeah,
I didn't even look at the library of games.
Flavor. Yep.
Holy fuck! There's a library of games for Chilla's art.
I
had
play a lot
no
of those.
idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
He's
are
fairly well known.
They're very unique experiences.
It definitely is. And if you have thalassophobia, do not play this game. Do not. Stay far away from this game.
Jesse Cox,
it's all about
not for you.
Yeah, it's all about harpoon fishing, and you harpoon fish and you gain money. You upgrade your boat. If you upgrade your boat enough, you can go on to the next place. And every time you move from one place to the other, Umigari chases you, and you have to have enough boat speed. And that's why that's the barrier for getting to the next like little area, is that you have to be able to quickly race your boat from one area to the next, because there's these little straits of danger. And if you don't, Umigari will swallow you whole. And big things in the water. Big things in the water.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
All right.
And it's very, very weird in that, like, if you look at the art, the Steam picture, you see a fish there, and you're like, what is that wearing? Is it wearing a Japanese schoolgirl outfit? Yes, it is. It is, in fact. And you can fish a school of fish. They're not worth much, but you can definitely fish a school of fish. There's Umigari right there.
Yeah.
And you can fish for flying fish that actually fly. Sometimes they will talk to you. The fish will talk to you and ask you what you're doing and why you're doing it. But it's functional. It's weird. It's very very much like. Can I say like it's weird? It's like has the Japanese weird flavor. Like there's a difference between like American weird and Japanese weird. Like it has that
umami.
Yeah, umami. Yeah, it leaves a nice umami taste in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the show, everyone.
The last one, there was one more that I want to talk about called Agree. And it's Agree with 4 E's. It's just a really no, it's a really frustrating mini game. Like, I wouldn't say it's like WarioWare because there's more varied games in WarioWare, but you have to agree to 12 things before you're allowed to play the game.
Yep.
And it's just a troll game. It's built to troll you the entire time.
There's a lot of these, or at least I saw another one of these that was popular, I think. I forgot the name of it, but yeah.
But it's the fun in the game is how inventive it gets with how it trolls you, because it'll start with like, okay, click agree. You click agree. The next level is like both the buttons say disagree. You're like, what the fuck do I do now? And you end up like having to take the window and turn it, and so the agree falls out of the bottom. Like, oh, there's the agree button.
Okay.
Yeah, shit like that. So it's
cool.
got a lot of that kind of stuff. It's frustrating, but I had a fun time playing it. I never beat it though. I played it for an hour and I think I got as high as 10. You're
giving me the password game vibes with this one.
Yeah.
No, have you ever played the password game?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do you remember what it's called?
The password game.
Is it just the password game?
That's the name of the game. Yeah, sorry. That is the actual name. It's by Neil.fun/password-game.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got
nice.
Doesn't Neil.fun have like a whole slew of different...
A whole bunch of cool shit like that.
Yeah. You should definitely check some of those out, Zeke. You could probably devote a whole stream to them, to be honest.
Okay. Neil Fun. Oh, the password game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like the password and like Impossible Quiz and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. That's the vibes definitely for Agree.
Sounds good. Well, last but not least, never mind. We can't talk about Rami's new game. We got to end the show, guys. Unfortunately, we just don't have the time for Rami's new game, you know?
Okay.
Is it the Angry Garage game? Because that really intrigued me.
I would love to talk about that, but I don't know enough about that game yet. I have a garage. It's double helix.
Okay.
And it tries to fuck you up in a bunch of fun ways. If I get further on that, because I don't intend to publish that, I intend to just work on it and release it. I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll keep everybody up to date. I'll probably be fairly open about development on that one.
Now, I will go through official messaging for you to come back and talk about your game.
Okay.
Yeah, would love to get all the details. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I forget who it was, but someone reached out, was like, one Rami Ismail would love to come on your podcast and discuss your game or discuss his game. Can you please let us know when you're available and what time you record? I was like, talk about Rami?
Right. Yeah. I will say it is a funny thing. I've not worked with publishers very often in my career. And so working with a publisher is wild because they put this weird, like, it's this barrier between you and, the people and so I have people I know in the press. I have people I know that do influencing or live streams. I know other developers that I like to work with, and having the publisher in between is like kind of weird. It's also kind of chill. Like, on Nuclear Throne. If I wanted to do interviews, I had to set up all the interviews, and now I just had like last week, I had 40 interviews in a row.
Holy
basically
shit!
I'm like, by the end of that, I didn't want to talk about my game anymore. So if you're like, listen, we're not going to talk about your game, I'm like, okay, great, love that.
You know what? I have a little experience with this when I used to do interviews for Twitch. It was like, okay, you could have the dev or the publisher on, and you always wanted the publisher on. Because the dev was not only usually sick of talking about their game, but they weren't like paid to be excited about it, which the publishers are.
Right. Yeah. It's a really weird thing, but it's cool. Like I'm not to talk shit about the book. I really like the publisher. They took a weird bet on a weird game, and we'll talk about it whenever we talk.
Man, like they're just
whenever we talk about the game, we talk about the game. But I very much appreciate Mystic Forge for letting me make a weird ass game. And if only I'd been 8 minutes earlier, we would have had the time.
We would have had those 8 minutes, Rami.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah,
great.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. No, we'll definitely have you on in the future.
Cool.
Well, we got to wrap it up. The Superb Owl is happening soon. We all have to go watch it.
You're kidding, that's today.
Yeah, it's the talk of the
town. I can't wait
to.
Bad Bunny, but I just want to watch the Bad Bunny thing. I've become a weird fan of Bad Bunny, so I'm into seeing what happens there.
Yeah. Let's do some shout outs. We'll go through the normal routine. Zeke, start us off.
You bet. What is up, everybody? Thank you, Rami, for joining us again. I love it when you're here, man. It's always fun to talk to you. Thank you, Cohen JP, for being my co-host every week. My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at /Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Yes, I'll call it Twitter forever. Ezekiel the Third, all spelled out, on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. If you want to know what I'm doing, well, I take Mondays off, so I'll be off tomorrow, but I will be on Tuesday doing a 100-month game for one of my mods, Super Sea Line, who just had their 100-month, and we're going to be doing Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. Yeah, nice. From the PS2 era. I'm going to be playing it via streaming on my PS5, but it is that game. Yes, we're going to be playing that on Tuesday, so if you want to come out and check it out, that's what we'll be doing. We got some stuff coming up. We're going to be playing Kiwami, Yakuza Kiwami 3 a little bit later on this week, and High on Life 2, releases on the 13th, so we're going to be playing that then. So we got a packed week full of good stuff, so hope to see you around.
Fun stuff. Cope.
Absolutely. Well, as always, thank you to JP and Zeke, and a huge thanks to Rami. It is always awesome having him on for his insight and good takes. My name is Ko. Hi. If you haven't seen it, the game I'm working on, Emberville, has had its trailer. We're still spreading the word. It's at ko.tv/Emberville trailer. And big thanks to everyone who's checking that out. I this week will be finishing Nioh 3, checking out Cairn, apparently tomorrow morning, and also being extremely excited and ready for Mewgenics, which I'm planning on diving into pretty hard. That game is sounding awesome, so it may take over my life for a bit. But on that note, I hope to see you guys next week, if not earlier, and thanks for watching.
Fantastic. Rami, at least give us a pitch for your new game, or a shout out or a thing. Tell people where they can check it out.
Hopefully we'll hear about it much more in the next few weeks, because I did 40 interviews and I hope somebody writes them out. But Scott Australia did it. It's a game about traversing the evaporated Atlantic Ocean where a mysterious thing happened. Nobody knows what happened. And you're trying to get your train across the Atlantic Ocean. You do that by merging units and making weird-ass combinations that break the game in various horrifying ways. Thanks so much for having me. I had a great time, as always. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm on Blue Sky nowadays. You can find me on Blue Sky if you want to see me have takes about the world and video games. It's a bit more world than video games at the moment. If you like video games more, this is probably a good place to keep checking me out. If you do want to hear me talk about video games, I now have a podcast with Mike Rose from No More Robots called Mike and Rami Are Still Here. And we just talk about 15 years of independent game development and the things that have happened and haven't happened. If you know both me and Mike, we're both kind of we go on tangents, so we've not managed to make a single episode about the topic we intend to make the episode about. The upcoming episode has a gong. Don't ask me about it.
Great.
Yeah, that's it for me. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks so much for being wonderful as always.
Fantastic. I'm playing that hot new game called Rust. That's right.
Really? Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on an RP server, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Well,
playing with Kraken and a lot of Kraken's got like a whole oddballs group is what they call it. Anyways, that's what I'm playing the next couple of days, and then League of Legends and stuff like that. Hey, next week we got another guest. We're gonna have the Crimson Desert folks to come on and chit chat about that game. Will Powers will be joining us. They've been putting out a whole slew of content. I think 2 of their features, gameplay and feature trailers are out. I think the 3rd one should be out this week as well, so we'll talk about all of that next week. Should be a good time. I'm looking forward to that show. And then we actually have another dev interview with an unannounced thing. I don't want to say what it is or who it is or anything yet because we haven't locked it in yet, but that should be coming up soon as well. So we got more shows. Check them out. You can find the VOD for this over at youtube.com/shipmejp. That's going to do it for us today. Rami, thank you so much. Go Birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's Philadelphia.
Mountain Owls.
Go Hawks. Go Seahawks.
Oh.
Let's hear it for the bunnies.
Yeah, let's go bunnies.
Yeah.
Desert Eagle. Woo.